The whole world is fucking laughing at Ian
The
and
whole
Anissa
world is
today.
I guess Lolcow Live called an audible, and they had like some fake storyline with Boogie. They just pulled the plug on that and went to this shit.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they're
yeah,
like, no, no,
like
no.
this.
Everybody is just rejoicing in the downfall of the Jamas today.
Yeah.
It's Kino. Oh, Anissa's not gonna like that. She's hurt, Joe. She's hurt. Oh, Anissa's not gonna like that.
Bro, that this is actually genuinely like making me really sad. And it's honestly, I would say out of everything that they've exposed, this is like the lowest.
Let's turn it around on them. I mean, their silence on this issue means something.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? It means, I guess, they're okay with this going on. They had an opportunity to do something and they didn't. Their silence means something. That's why I think Hassan's not going to defend them. Yeah. I don't think any of that leftist crowd is going to touch them with a 40-foot pole if this is what the narrative is about. Welcome to the Kino Casino, June 4th, 2025. And it's the eve of the Switch 2 launch.
Yes.
Everybody's fucking hyped for Mario Kart World and the Switch 2.
That's tomorrow.
But what's even more fucking hype than that, guys, is what just happened.
Oh my God.
What we just witnessed was the live execution and burial of the Jama's careers online. It was one of the most savage, fucking brutal burials I've ever seen. I was worried. I'm like, the boxing coach? I'm like, what the fuck is the boxing coach gonna have to say?
We thought it would be mid.
We're thought like, it was gonna be so mid. We're like, oh, we've been let down. No, this was amazing. Top to bottom, total Jamha death. Total
beyond
Jamha destruction. Like, Ian stinks. They had to put him in the fucking corner of the gym because he smelled so bad and he refused to shower. Fucking, like, just the craziest fucking shit. He's completely different away from Anissa than how he is with Anissa. Anissa tells him when he's hungry. Anissa tells him when he's tired. He gets off, they said, on the abuse that Anissa gives. Just like so many.
She forced him to buy a house.
She forced him to buy a house.
He stinks. They moved him. All the boxers.
I know, that's what I said. Days before the event of Creator Clash, Anissa was claiming she was going to die of anorexia. Like, it's just crazy shit. Anissa tried to take over the gym playlist.
She did.
It's the craziest
to play
story.
Hoobastank?
Yeah. They called it 12-year-old emo music.
Not the like perfect person. While you're boxing? What? Bro, good
There's
guys.
So much. I was just watching this. Then the craziest twist at the end, the woman who is the wife of his coach, who's awesome. She started, you know she wanted to go off on Anissa for a long time. Like, spill that tea, sis. Yeah. And the best part, like, Anissa can't say shit about her being an incel. And not only that, but she was a child bride.
A victim at 12.
Get this. At 12 years old, her family married her off to some sick fucking freak who molested her and abused her.
Two kids by 15.
Two kids by 15 years old. And they were trying, in the state of Washington, it's apparently still legal to marry and have sex with children. And so this woman reached out to Ian and Anissa and said, hey, we're currently advocating to get this banned. We're going to the legislature and we're trying to drum up support and awareness for this. We're testifying. Can you signal boost it? And Anissa and Ian left her on red.
What the?
Left child survivor victim on red because they don't actually care. They're not true feminist allies. They're not true progressives. They screwed these people up. They stiffed them the $5,000 that was promised. Details about Creator Clash 3 come out, or 2 rather, where they flew out 300 different people.
Influencers.
They rented out an entire hotel and flew out 300 influencers for their gala. By the time the event started, they were $500,000 in the hole.
What the
and
fuck?
that was all the money they made on tickets. So like they spent all of the ticket money on this shit, and they were expecting the pay-per-view to make up over $500,000 shortfall. And they only made it, and they are still at, by the end of it, $250,000 in the hole.
Ooh.
The mismanagement, yes. ANISA has a crush on Ian's sparring partner.
Yep.
And when Ian's sparring partner was beating the shit out of him, she was super turned on by it and wanted to this guy, the sparring partner. Bro,
this whole
there
thing
was
is
so
crazy.
many embarrassing moments. Like, we had a whole show prepared.
Literally,
Requeda and Fuentes and Ali Jamal, and we were DSP, and we were going to go through all these. But at this point, pretty much the entire show is going to be this one segment, this interview, where H3H3 brought on the boxing coach and his wife, and they fucking annihilated Ian and ANISA to where I don't know what the fuck. I think they're just going to have to leave the internet. I'm not kidding. I think they have to log off at this point. I think it's fucking over.
Yeah.
It's cooked. They're done. They're fucking done.
And by the way, before this even started, H3 says that apparently iDUBBZ was texting the coach.
He was. We have the text. We have the text. We're gonna. Oh yeah. Don't worry. We have the text message. He's begging the coach not to go on. He's like, I don't know if this is clickbait or if it's real or what's going on, but please don't go on. Please, we can sort this out. You should have paid them the $5,000 they were promised, Mr. Jama. You should have promoted their political cause of ending legal pedophilia.
Yeah.
For
but Ash, on top of all this, these fuckers promised this coach and the wife, hey, listen, you help us. We're filming a documentary.
We're going to promote you.
We're going to do all this stuff.
And the coach finally said, first of all, he goes, Sam Hyde was right, which is devastating. He says that Sam Hyde was right all along about ANISA. And then he says, Sam Hyde promoted me more than Ian ever did. And I trained him for boxing. iDUBBBZ training, by the way, was cucked by ANISA. So he was only trained half as much as he was supposed to be, because ANISA demanded to do boxing training during half of iDUBBBZ's slotted training schedule. So this motherfucker got his ass whooped in both fights because ANISA cucked him out of his training. And so he got brain damaged because ANISA, who wasn't fighting, needed to train in his time slot, which is crazy. And then iDUBBBZ wasn't doing the cardio right. He cried.
He lied about running. He lied about running.
Oh, yes, he lied to the coach. But remember, he cried because when the coach would yell at him, he told the coach it reminded him of his dad.
Yeah.
And he would sob crying because it reminded him of his dad telling him what to do.
So apparently,
he cries.
Right? When I was in training, it was tough, right? My coach, he was an awesome guy, but he was like tough, right?
God.
And that's the way it's supposed to be. When you're sparring, it's tough. It's like intense, right? Apparently, before each training session, Ian and ANISA had to have a therapy session with the coach and the wife before
the coach and the wife had to do a whole therapy session.
Workout.
Oh, bro. And then, so they were invited over to the coach's house for the David Benavidez fight. They ordered the pay-per-view. iDUBBBZ and ANISA, rather than watching the pay-per-view, they were obsessed with the Froggy Fresh Twitter drama and sectioned themselves off in the corner of this couple's bedroom so that they could be on Twitter the whole time.
Oh, man.
What is wrong with you guys? It's so embarrassing.
I was behind 15 minutes, and Ashton's texting me. Oh, my God. I'm like, I'm 15 minutes behind.
I'm like, listen, you're going to love this next part.
You're gonna love
I'm just I went from having no faith to being like, this is the most brutal thing I think I've seen since, like, since Jarbo.
Yeah, this is
Like, this
worse
is
than Jarbo.
this is one of the
Worse.
ruthless snakenings I've ever fucking seen, where they just held nothing back and just absolutely felted the Jamas pillar to post. They were fucking
When
destroyed.
you guys watched it, I'm like, okay, I'll edit this. I was OBSing, but we're like, it's going long. I won't have time to edit this. And then we're just like, you don't need to edit this. This is crazy. Every sentence is like, what?
I
What?
think I'd be real. Like, I think this is the first time ever where I watched the H3 show. It was actually good.
Good.
It was fucking phenomenal. It was like the best shit I've ever fucking seen. So this is the frantic text message that Ian Jama iDUBBBZ sent to his boxing coach when he realized what was about to go down. And at first I'm like, I'm so surprised he's this panicked about the boxing coach. Surely it couldn't be that bad. Oh, it was bad. There's a reason why he was this shook and this concerned. Hey, Michael, not sure if this is a clickbait or not. He's just in disbelief. He can't even believe this is going to happen to him and ANISA. But saw your face on H3 podcast thumbnail. Let me know if it's real. And if you want to talk, I'm hoping it's just some clickbait, because I'd be happy to talk if you had unresolved feelings about me and ANISA. Well, you didn't fucking pay them what you owe, motherfucker.
Let's go.
The time for this was a
Wait.
long time ago, Ian.
Speaking of this, Ashton, they were supposed to get a bonus of $5,000.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They didn't get paid. So
H3 paid him.
H3 ends up paying them the $5,000 that Ian screwed them out of.
Yes.
How bad is it when you're cheaper than a Jew?
That's
like,
there's nothing cheap.
You know,
no offense, Gabe, but
generous Jew H3H3, and these guys are denouncing the Jamas as anti-Semitic. They're saying that all of their Jewish friends, the Jamas, wouldn't want to be around them, and they would find convenient. It's just like, whoa, buddy.
So he claims I was going to give the 34% of the profits that I made to charity, which the first year he never did.
Well, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you need to get the money first to then donate it to charity? So it then gets taxed when it goes to you, and then it's less going to charity rather than just giving the money to charity? It made no sense at all. He's like, I know this is going to be hard to believe. Yeah, it is hard to believe because it's a clear fucking lie that makes no sense, Ian. And you're getting pressed by everybody. Mudahar's come out with a video now dunking on them.
Hour and 20, everything.
Oh, man. Every big creator now just coming out to expose them and just dunk on their lies. So I don't really know if they're going to be able to make it past the weekend. I have a feeling they're throwing in the towel and shutting it down. Maybe they're going to come out and go to war and try and sue the boxing coach or whatever. But I genuinely think they just need to log off.
Yes.
There's nothing that they can say at this point that's going to fix this. They got cooked so bad. It's brutal. I'm not even overselling it.
No,
you guys will see.
Underselling.
You guys will see.
I thought, okay, 30 minutes. He'll say that Ian was bad at boxing or something.
That's what I thought. Yeah. I'm like, okay, but it just kept going and going, and they had so much to say.
Actually, also, yeah,
are like the most insufferable, obnoxious, horrible, entitled people on the face of the fucking planet. Just total clown shoes. They betrayed everybody around them. Their entire inner circle is now over on H3, their mortal enemy, who was their best friend, who was the biggest promoter of their event, all because these people are such horrible snakes, such horrible, treacherous rat bastards that every single person who knows them wants to expose and destroy them. It's crazy, the downfall. So let's try and cue it up a little bit back before this.
We're going to go over this. It's super fucking long. So let's pound through it. Let's just hit it. Okay, here we go. Ready? Bye. If you're watching on Clip channel, remember to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
We are 30 subs away from 40K. You're probably watching this at 40K subs. Congratulations to us. Okay, here we go.
Camera.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Here we go.
And and then Harley, we're gonna bring in Harley too.
Oh yeah, and then Harley comes in.
It's even Harley, their head janitor, has snaked and is now here. It's like, bro, you guys are screwed.
Like everyone, one by one, is.
And then, by the way, it was revealed by everybody there that they all hate Nathan Barnett. They all hate Dad and talk about how creepy he is behind his back. So it's further vindication for Froggy and everything he said.
Ooh.
This is great. We got to let's hit play. Let's get through this. Because
Harley, you're here.
This first part's a little slow, guys. Have some patience.
Yeah.
I promise you on my fucking life, this is Kino.
It's the best.
It's unreal.
The best
It's
content.
unreal.
Best content.
I think if they turn it back now, it might.
Oh, maybe try going. Try going. It has rotate. Oh, there you go. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you. There it is.
By the way, real quick, Anissa and Ian were probably watching, screaming.
Oh, bro.
No.
Anissa, especially when they start telling the stories about Anissa, I know she's spiraling and losing her mind
Right now.
because she gets felted so bad. It's so righteous.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Harley, you here? Can you hear me?
I was talking.
Here we go. Here we go.
With these guys. And so how did you guys connect? Kind of Michael, Kate, and Harley, you guys were in touch, right?
Well, I know them from Creator Clash, actually. That's how I met them. And I never saw the clip, Michael, of you saying that you could beat up all the coaches. I'm telling my coach, we'll see about that. I don't know. He's not going as hard.
The one thing I wish we had time to edit this for was just to remove all of Harley's low IQ interruptions. But that's
Hard as you do every day, but I don't know.
I don't know. I've seen Michael. He's a beast.
Yeah. I don't know where he gets all that energy. I'm not a morning person, so someone like Mike.
You love your guys' dog. Harley, Harley, stand back.
Oh, by the way, so right away, like they're so felted. The Jamas are. You have this couple. They're married. They have a really cute dog. The woman is like a child sexual abuse survivor. Like the Jamas are so screwed, bro. All of their these are incel, right-wing, racist, dirty chuds. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, guys. It's not gonna work.
I love your doggy. What a girl or boy?
Girl, 12 years old.
Just like
Aw, she looks so like a little puppy.
Just
Still.
setting the table, just to felt them.
Yeah, she still does, yeah.
What's her name?
Winnie, like Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, I love her.
Okay.
She's got a little bowl cut.
Yeah, well, her hair's too long right now. We had to shave her body because we were out.
Cute. I have two
Very cute
terriers. I've got a Yorkie and
we met one of them when
with
we were
them.
there.
It's very,
We did.
So
it's like an interrogator as they bring the coffee.
At this point, I was like, "We're screwed." It's
Yeah.
Don't worry, let's just hit play.
Guys, first of all, thanks for calling. I really appreciate it. Great. Hold on one sec. Sorry, I have to request access from myself.
Go to 1.5.
Yeah, I'll be in his corner any day.
Eat the three of us recently, but my grandma got sick and I had to bail last minute.
No one cares. The other
Took
thing,
this,
I
meeting
wish we
nerd.
could cut out is that
We literally had no time. The interview was still happening when we started.
Like we were begging, like please end,
please end it.
And turned him into a boxer. And so that's how they sold it to us when they first came to us. And so I was super stuck journey and Ian from Eric meetups with all the YouTube. I did all the recording for all the sparring sessions, all the meetups with all the YouTubers.
What she said they were promised a documentary, and then she's explaining what was happening.
And so she did all sorts of recording. She's like a videographer. She did all sorts of filming for them of the training sessions and everything. And this is also iDUBBBZ boxing coach as well.
On the right.
And what they're saying here is they were led to believe that this was a charitable event, but and as a result of that, they charged a lesser rate to iDUBBBZ and ANISA than they normally would have. Okay. But now they've learned that it was all a scam and it was all for profit.
Yeah.
So
And that's what she's explaining right now.
Scam.
Even small interviews with like Eric, who also fought on CC1. So I have a ton of content, and Ian promised us that he was going to put out this documentary that was going to share the journey of how Michael took this video game nerd and turned him into a boxer. And so that's how they sold it to us when they first came to us. And so I was super psyched that this is going to be a way for me to help build my husband's brand and also put the work out there. But it never came through. And so when he most recently put that video out saying that he told a big lie and he was never going to put out a documentary, and all he has is a ton of 4K videos of him doing stupid shit or something like that, it was actually very hurtful to me.
That's your footage that you.
This is iDUBBBZ just not thinking, burning people around him. Like, how stupid. Why would you diss somebody who did this work for you? And they have all of this personal knowledge of your life and all of these stories they can tell. But the Jamhas just are very dumb people. So
yeah.
Talking about your footage.
Yeah, exactly.
3 years. Yeah, 3 years of filming.
Wow.
Yeah, well, yeah.
3 years. 3 years to get felted by the Jamas.
Before the CC1 we filmed the year.
It was 10 months. Yeah.
And was he paying you at the time, or like what? How was he compensating you?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
So I do want to say that, like, for dynamic filming, I usually charge $150 an hour for dynamic filming. But because I was under the impression that this is going to charity, me and Michael, would always scale back on charging them. So, for example, instead of charging him $150 an hour, I would charge him $100 an hour.
Yeah. And by the way, I've heard that from other professionals now. I'm starting to hear people say that, who, like, one of the announcers put out a video recently. Maybe you guys saw it.
Oh, yeah, it was Wade Clemens.
Wade? Yeah. He was like, they offered me a salary, or they offered me payment, but I declined it because I was like, it's for charity. I'm good. But then they took that money that he generously forfeit, a guy who's not rich, by the way, and gave it to all the...
Yikes, that was a low blow right there.
Fucking creators. It's nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we were also promised a bonus on CC1 and we never got it. But because Michael is so nice, he didn't want to, like, make Ian feel uncomfortable and ask Ian and ANISA about it.
Ian pretended, I hope they don't remember about the 5.
And this was the event that was very successful, that raised millions of dollars, that if iDUBBBZ and ANISA, according to Wade, took the same cut that they were going to take out of Creator Clash 3, it would have been about $900,000. But they in personal profit for them. But they couldn't find $5,000 in bonus money that they promised to the coach and to the videographer for their event.
Yeah.
You'd think that that's, pretty important if you're going to keep doing these boxing events, to pay your coach. But I guess not. iDUBBBZ just scammed them.
Yeah. By the way, Kitty was saying in chat there that these people are pretty stupid for believing Ian, right? And they're just, like, so normie. Like, this is the definition of a normie couple who doesn't get it and thinks everyone is honest and nice and stuff, and they got pretty much just fucking scammed.
Yeah.
I was pretty upset by it, and I thought it wasn't fair, because how is it that we put on this great event, we raised $1.3 million for charity, and he promised us a bonus, and then right after the event, he just kind of pretend like he's too busy to check in with us, and then
first of all, it's this guy's fault for not being like, you promised a bonus. Like, let's be real.
Give me the money.
Like,
but the thing is, you feel awkward when you think it's for charity, right?
Oh,
it's
true.
Like, well, am I the bad guy for asking for my money because I'm taking it away from kids with cancer or animal abuse shelters and stuff like that? So this is another way that the JOM has used charity as a shield. Was, we don't even have to pay our workers, our vendors, anybody, because if they get paid, they're taking it from charity, right?
Ooh, good point.
Yeah, after the event, like, once the event ended, I didn't see him again for about 5 months. So, because he was working with Dax on some show,
Dax,
and so he never
Dax
trained.
Flame?
So the only 8 times that Ian ever actually trained was I trained him from July until May, and then I didn't see him again pretty much for several months. And then he started training again to fight Alex. Pretty much we started at like the end of December. And then that's when like they had to kind of get serious with the camp because they realized like Alex was training hard. So really I only had 10 months with him to begin with, and then about 4+ months with him for the second event. And then I've never seen him again since that.
All right, guys, this starts out a bit like, okay,
Yeah, I know. Let's just keep playing it. Let's keep playing it. Just keep playing it.
You know,
Trust me, guys.
I was talking to AB. I think it was pretty normal that the boxers at least gave their coaches a tip, especially because you were there.
Yes.
You weren't just working for him. You were helping everybody out. It seems like you guys were both like super involved in this event.
Yeah, one of the reasons he was even able to kind of connect with Manny Pacquiao's people who hooked him up with Mike Leonardi was like one of our connections. Our friend Eric ran into a guy in a bar in Vegas, and that was the guy they were supposed to get a hold of, but he was not reaching back to him. So we were able to get them connected with the people that connected them with Mike Leonardi. So we were literally there from I was there from the beginning for everything.
So you guys had a really unique point of view where you had like a front row seat to everything.
Yes,
it seemed like you were with them
amazing.
intimately more than probably anyone else involved in this event. So there's all these interesting little details that you guys shared with me. For example, one being that I think it was you, Kate, that mentioned that he and ANISA did in fact pay for Hassan and all of his compatriots to travel to and stay at Creator Clash 2.
Get ready for this.
Yes.
Yeah, so they were talking about that long before, about how they had to fly in all these people. First of all, they rented the hotel for over 300 creators and flew a lot of them in. When the first year it was much.
They flew out 300 people. They rented out an entire hotel for 300 creators and paid for 300 flights.
300 flights.
These people weren't even fighting on the event. They weren't a part of the event. They were just random bread tubers that the Jamhas wanted to network with and interact with and party with at the gala afterwards. So this is money that could have went to charity that they selfishly, lavishly spent. It's crazy.
And they took the best seats in the house.
Yes.
Remember, it was all blocked off for the 300.
It was much more scaled back. We just had a couple floors of like some place, like a nice suite place, but it wasn't extravagant.
Didn't we already know this? Not 300 people.
It gets crazier. Listen, trust me, there's a lot more details to this.
Crazy. I didn't know.
And then the second year, they did that full hotel for 300 creators. They flew a lot of people in. One of the people they flew in was Froggy Tonic, and they flew him in from France.
That's insane.
And Froggy had told us that he was there.
This is somebody who's not a fighter, not a coach, not promoting the event. This is just an editor friend of the Jamhas that they took money that could have went to charity for and paid for an expensive plane ticket all the way from France to Florida.
Salvage the documentary.
Yeah.
And that was super offensive to us because we're like, what do you mean salvage the documentary? And he said his job was to go around and like film ANISA having interactions with everyone. So we didn't know if that meant they were going to make the second documentary about actual
quick
documentary.
Pause here. So to salvage the documentary about Creator Clash, they had to have Froggy Tonic film ANISA.
Yeah, get ready. It gets crazy.
You're not the main character.
About how like ANISA was responsible for the event, because she did put a lot of work in for the first event and she did put a lot of work in for the second, but at the same time, in the first event, she didn't get credit for it. So she felt like she deserved all the credit. So I think that's why they paid Froggy Tonic to come film her.
ANISA felt like she deserved all of the credit for everything that was going on. So she brought out her own personal friend to film her and make a documentary all about how she was the one behind Creator Clash 2. And obviously that never saw the light of day because Creator Clash 2 was a failure thanks to ANISA, because she was responsible for it. And that's why it was a train wreck disaster that lost hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Oh my, kitty for
25 subs.
Let's go.
And Rowan Emperor for another 5 subs.
Thank you. Yeah, she's the main character, folks. Right?
This is just the tip.
You.
This is just the tip of the Feldberg.
No, it's not Feldberg. Yeah,
and follow her around
MVP
for the second event.
Kitty, thank you.
But yeah, they flew in a lot of people. They rented out the whole hotel for 300 creators. And when we asked them if Ian's dad was going to be there, because he was there for the first event, they said they couldn't afford to fly Ian's dad in.
What the fuck, man? How slimy. So Ian has money to bring in Froggy Tonic, to bring in Hassan, to bring in Frogan, to bring in all of these irrelevant fucking bums who don't even promote the event, who don't give a shit about the event, all just to network to please his wife. But he doesn't have time or money or interest to bring out his own father. Snakes his own family, says there's no money for you, Dad. There's no money for a few $100 plane ticket, Dad. But I have money to fly out 300 people who aren't even on the card.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Off of that.
And a lot of people are confirming this on Twitter who were there or who know Ian and ANISA. It's like, this is crazy.
Yeah. I know.
Brogan needed 2 seats, by the way.
And Froggy Tonic told me directly, because I met him at the hotel, right, where we were all staying at in Tampa for CC2. And he was like, oh, you're the videographer that has all the content of Ian sparring. And I said, yes, I'm super excited. I've been waiting for this documentary, but it never came out. So I heard that you're taking it over now and you're going to help with the editing. And that's when Froggy Tonic told me that, yeah, Ian and Issa brought out his whole crew from France.
His whole crew?
His whole crew? From France? What do you mean? This is how wasteful they were. Oh. They already had the videographer, this Asian woman, this guy's wife, right? They already had a videographer. They also hired, as we're going to find out, Getty Photos to come in and do photos and recording and everything for the gala. And then on top of that, they brought in another videographer, Froggy Tonic, and an entire crew as well.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
It's unbelievable.
So you've hired 3 different sets of people for the same job with charity money.
And it was never completed. There was no documentary. No. It was a lie.
Yeah, nothing was ever produced.
Yeah. It's like ridiculous.
Well, he had a few people that were holding the cameras, his camera guys, because the interesting thing was that usually when like someone is a videographer, they would be the one filming most of the time. But it was interesting to me that
yes. So Froggy Tonic brings out his crew and he's not even filming. He's chilling while his fucking crew or whatever doing all the work.
All expense paid vacation, right?
Oh
on charity's dime, and his crew is doing everything else. It's crazy.
Wait till you see photos of him, folks. Whoa, buddy.
He was just directing?
Yeah, he was more directing.
This fucking guy thinks he's Spielberg? It's crazy. What the hell's going on?
Camera people with him that were actually doing the work.
I don't remember that, but I do remember for a fact that he had told us that he was flown in to salvage the documentary. Anyway, so we were just offended by that because we were like, what do you mean salvage the documentary? And then him saying that he had no idea how to make the documentary for the first event. I had taken him from like 140 pounds as like never played a sport a day in his life. 10 months later, he ends up fighting Dr. Mike in front of over 10,000 people with 100,000 pay-per-view buys. And the fight itself was like a rocky moment. And then he literally took interviews with everyone before the fights, after the fights. He got all the coaches to interview. And then he said he had no way to make the documentary. So I was just like, how
laziness.
What a massive waste of time and money, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like these are resources that were taken away from charity in order to do this vanity project for the Jamhas, this whole documentary about it. And they didn't ever end up even using any of the footage. Just total waste.
Well, let's be real here. If they didn't spend the money on this documentary, it would go right into their fucking pockets.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AB made a documentary.
Everybody made a documentary.
AB, Harley. I was in their documentaries, but I wasn't in Ian's documentaries.
What the fuck?
He was in the documentaries of all the other fighters?
Yes. All the other fighters that he was helping out with, they all came out with documentaries. What's iDUBBB's excuse? There is none.
Yeah. It's so sad to work on an event, like to work such a big event like
You guys were so invested. Yeah.
We're so invested.
And it would always drive me crazy because I could tell Ian wasn't really proud of his work. So one of the big things is like it was very hard to get Ian to train because he doesn't like boxing. He doesn't like boxing.
Well, that seems to be somewhat of it.
So it's just totally exposed. Remember when he said it was like his passion?
Yeah.
You know, he called Creator Clash his baby, and ANISA and Ian said they were obsessed with boxing and they loved it and this and that. Turns out that was all a fucking lie.
Yep.
Ian hated boxing. It was ANISA that forced him into it.
Yep.
A sticking point.
Yeah. So I would try to make the session
Because he's boxing, just to be clear. Yeah.
I mean,
he doesn't.
But I think that's why it was as traumatic as it was for him as well, because he was dealing with like a lot of trauma and a lot of issues when we were in our boxing sessions.
No.
And don't get me wrong, that happens with a lot of fighters in general, because fighting's a very hard, whether you're fighting MMA, boxing, whatever, it's very hard because you're getting beat up constantly, and then you're supposed to show up to the gym the next day and the next day and the next day. AB can attest to it, right? So it's mentally very hard. So I did feel bad for him because I could tell his heart wasn't into it. So then to be into something like that your heart's not into, that's why I didn't see him once the first event ended. We didn't see him again for several months. And I told him, hey, come in once or twice a week, train for fun, make it fun for yourself. Because when you're in a fight camp, it's not really fun. You just have to keep training.
Right.
But then he never came back. And then so I was like, oh, wow, he really doesn't like boxing. And then he did an interview with Anthony, or the guy from Smosh, and he was talking about boxing. And I was just like, oh, he doesn't like boxing at all. And he's making it like public now, the way he was talking about it. And then even in the video where he's trying to promote Creator Clash 3, he said, oh, all I have is 4K footage of me going, and it's like, that's called boxing training, Ian.
That's what boxing looks like.
What did you think it was going to be? What did you think it was going to be, buddy? Like, this crazy.
What you're doing. And then if you notice, after he walked out of the third event and stepped away, he goes, I'm through with this boxing shit. I've been doing it for 4 years. And I was like, well, wait a minute. You trained for 10 months for the first fight. You took 6 months off. You trained 4 months for the second fight. And then you never came back to boxing again for over a year. So I'm like, how are you sick of boxing? Like, you obviously hate boxing. So, yeah, so it was hard for me as a coach to just get him to train. Also, like, half of the sessions, we'd have to train ANISA. So
here it is.
Every session.
Oh, no. Yeah, ready. So this is what's crazy. This is iDUBBBZ's training sessions, his booked off time. Half of the time had to go to ANISA. So ANISA was cucking him out of his training time. And you don't play at boxing. Like, boxing is serious shit. You can get brain damage, be changed for life. And he's only training half of the time he should, because that time's going to ANISA, who isn't even fighting. And then he got his ass handed to him in 2 fights where he clearly got concussed and brain damaged bad.
Well, and it was all for her to say, I'm training too. I'm boxing too. All vanity bullshit.
Instead of being just training for Ian for a fight, I would have to take half of the session and train ANISA.
So whose idea was that?
Hers.
No!
I told but the thing about it is Ian goes along with it, right? Because I feel like if Ian would have said, hey, no, I need the time to train, it might have been different.
His wife is
laughing. She's laughing at you, Ian. This gets so savage. You guys have no idea. You didn't see this earlier. It gets so good.
Dude, this is like fucking the start, man.
But he's just like, oh no, she needs to train before I train.
But she didn't even fight. She wasn't even fighting.
No. And so literally, in like the training footage, half of the sessions I had with him would be with her. And then she would come in with like all sorts of drama to the gym. One day she was super dramatic, and I was like, oh my gosh, what happened? And she related Will Smith slapping to Chris Rock to somehow Ian having to defend her online. So,
bro, ring the bell.
This is crazy.
That's crazy.
Bro.
And it ruined the whole day of training.
No, and it just fucks up the whole gym. Mind you, this isn't like a tiny little gym. This is a 5,000 square foot facility with like state-of-the-art equipment. There's dozens, if not hundreds of people in there training and stuff. ANISA comes in and just derails the entire gym with this whole drama story about how Ian has to defend her honor on Twitter because he needs to stand up like Will Smith did for his wife. Funny thing though, Will Smith is also a cock. So, like it's the cock's leading the cocks there, pal.
So she was like super dramatic the whole day. And I'm like, I can't even train Ian today because she's so dramatic. So that was
Give me a sec. Give me a sec.
He's so happy. He's so happy. He's so happy, bro. He's so happy. He's like, I got these motherfuckers now. Bring it up, Klein Dub, bro.
The slap, guys.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, it's beyond.
She came in distraught, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened?
Yeah.
She's on she's on the slapper side, right? Like she was empathizing with Will.
You gotta do this.
She felt like she felt like Will was Ian.
He had to slap.
Ian has to slap all the people that insult her, I guess.
Yeah.
God.
Wow.
And so, but anyway, so
that's true.
crazy.
Will, I'm not putting this word. This is my observation. Will Smith is one of the most famous cucks.
Oh
No!
And again, that's my analysis, not your guys. But it is an interesting analogy, right? For them to be idolized because Jada famously had an affair with her son's
Jaden's
friend.
Son, friend.
Yes.
So I wonder if that's how they relate more so than the slapping.
This isn't even anything yet.
It's just me. I'm doing a little psychology here, in Los Angeles.
I got a couple questions actually, if you don't mind.
Harley, what's up, man?
Yeah,
please, by all means, chime in anytime.
Okay, I had a couple questions here. Let me get.
All right, this is pretty funny.
What's happening?
This is one moment of glory.
Get this in order.
Man.
Did you guys get any paperwork, by the way? Did you guys sign contracts? The fighters had contracts. I'm curious if the coaches had.
No, we never had a contract.
Laughing in the
interesting, because that would have been like something that would have detailed.
The whole world is fucking laughing at Ian
the
and
whole
Anisa
world
today.
I guess Lolcow Live called an audible, and they had like some fake storyline with Boogie. They just pulled the plug on that and went to this shit. They're like, no. Everybody is just rejoicing in the downfall of the Jamas today.
Yeah,
it's Kino.
I missed the state of play for this.
What? I mean, did they? I guess by word they told you it was charity, and they didn't ever.
Right. Yeah. So, and I'm still hoping that the first event was all charity, other than Ian taking his fighter purse. But what was crazy about that is then you said you had a $27,000 bonus, and I was always under the assumption that there was no bonus because even though he told me there was a bonus, he then disappeared for 6 months and I never saw him. So I was like, was there a bonus?
The fighters got their bonus, but the coach didn't get his bonus. iDUBBBZ just screwed the coach.
Bro, and by the way, when you're with a coach, like when I was, you become close to that person, right? Because they're training you in the most brutal ways possible, and you form like a bond with them, right? Me and my coach, we were like really close by the end. This guy, like for 2 years, and you don't even call him later? Hey, here's your fucking bonus. Fuck you. Ian is terrible.
Bonus, or was there not a bonus?
And you confronted about that? You asked them, or you didn't want to
I just let it be.
Because I'm the same way, by the way. I never spoke about money with Creator Clash. I have a guy on my team that does that. I wanted to not talk about money. And plus it's awkward when it's a charity thing. You're like, I don't want to, am I going to ask for money?
Yep.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, and it's awkward when it's your fighter and then you have to train him for a whole nother event. And I mean, truthfully, like a lot of times fighters will say they're going to pay a coach and then not pay a coach. So that happens sometimes. So truthfully,
and I want to point out, right, the Jama has talked about how boxing and combat sports is a dirty business. The fighters get exploited. The coaches get exploited. People don't get paid, but we're doing it differently. We're socialists and we really care. And then they turned around and screwed over the guy that was in charge of preparing Ian to defend himself in the ring. They screwed that guy.
This is actually crazy.
Oh, there's more money coming in, and then the more money coming in just goes to them. So you get used to that as a coach, but I am under the assumption that the first event did all go to charity, and then the second event was supposed to go to charity, but instead it went to the hotel, the pre-party and after party.
Was
and
there
I
a
one thing to
moment
say about the after party, because he said he was using the after party to help promote the event, but I have no idea how an event after the fight will generate money for the fight.
No, how is that gonna work? It's not. There's no way that an event after the fight has happened, after all the tickets have been sold, all the concessions, all the merchandise, all the pay-per-views, this event after the fight is somehow magically going to bring in this huge source of revenue.
Yeah.
And like none of what Ian said in his concern trolling video about Creator Clash made any sense. In fact, none of it made any sense. It was completely incoherent, but we'll be covering that on Friday.
On Friday. Yeah. And by the way, like this is like Ian and then like ANISA are just crazy pathological liars.
Oh yeah.
They're twisted. It's like a sickness.
Yeah.
Well, so
And you
that's
want to know why they got away with it for so long? Because of clout, and people were scared to step on their toes, and it's like walking on eggshells.
Well, and also it's because they use charity as a shield, and if you spoke out against them or criticized them in any way, any of the decisions they made, you were painted as you must hate charity, you want kids to die, you're evil, you know, or you're an incel, or you're a racist, you must be a Nazi. That's the stuff that they were doing, right?
Yeah, and like Dan Splaining in chat says, it's like Black Mirror. It actually is.
Exactly.
In his most recent video of concern trolling, in the beginning, he says he's explaining how they lost money in the second one. And he goes, the event before the boxing was to promote it. And that sounds reasonable and normal. But I don't think he even mentioned the fact that there was a massive gala after the fight where ANISA got to play as MC and give out awards and shit.
So we actually didn't even know about the gala until about probably maybe less than a week before the event, or a week before the event. The only reason I knew about the gala was because Ian had invited some of his training partners, and they were on the email list. And so they kept telling me there was going to be a gala. And I assumed they were talking about the pre-party, because the first year they did do the pre-party, but it was much smaller. It was on a way.
I have to do a pre-party and an after-party? Like, you know, but it's crazy. Everybody had so much time to party, but no time to promote the event.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Right?
Smaller scale.
It was never about charity, folks.
Never
year.
about charity.
And then also, so we had no idea. So when everyone was asking me about a gala, they're like, what are you going to
If you're Norris or train properly?
I know.
wear? I was like, I'm going to wear sweatpants. What are you talking about? And then they're like, what? You're going to wear sweatpants to a gala? You're crazy. And I was like,
so now the coach has to wear us. He's like,
yes,
listen, all I got is my sweatpants.
But like, ANISA thought this was the Met Gala and that it was going to be this huge draw. Oh, you get to be a part of this amazing after party with all of these prestigious and famous people, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was like the first year was like a little party thing. It was like a Sweet 16 vibe,
which is all you need.
Like,
it's
game set up.
Yeah,
we had
totally
Super
charity.
Smash Brothers set up. It was in the hotel both years.
That sounds great.
It was much more casual, but if you dressed for that, like I was told specifically to dress nicely for the gala, that there would be pictures and such.
We found out it was a red carpet event that they flew Getty Images in for. So
This is crazy.
Getty Images?
Like, was that really necessary? to fly in one of the premier institutions in videography, like for this event.
Oh my
Like,
God.
how expensive is this? Like when you're doing it for charity, you're supposed to be doing it as like cost effective as you possibly can. Was there nobody? Of course there were. These people would have done it for free. There are people who would have done it for free for charity, you know, but they decided to bring in a super expensive company to do all of this because they're super prideful and they want to feel special.
Buddy.
Straight up flew Getty Images to take pictures for the event. But
Yeah, they're the only.
When
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, when we asked them about it, and I said, hey, is there a gala? And they said, oh, you guys don't even worry about it. You don't have to go to that. And
Oh my
So they're not
God.
even invited. The coach isn't even invited to the gala.
Buddy, that's
But
rude.
Hassan
That's
and
mean.
Frogan are. That's bullshit.
That's not even rude.
dude.
That is fucking cold-blooded.
And I said, what? This is what Anisa said. And I said, what? And I said, well, some of the sparring partners got invited. And she said, I don't know how they got on that list. They weren't supposed to be on the list. And in my mind, I'm like, Ian had invited them. He sent them the email personally.
What
right?
a disgusting human being she seems to be.
Disgusting.
I'm sorry.
Oh, she didn't want any of us there. She only wanted like creators there or people that would, I guess, make her feel like she
What
could
a
get.
fucking whore. Anissa's a
Ah,
fucking
horrible.
dirty whore.
So she told us we didn't have to come to the event. She doesn't know why we would want to be at the event. And I said, what's the event for?
Yeah.
And she said, and it's an award show. And I said, what are the awards for? And she said, they're awards for the boxing. And I said, why wouldn't his coach want to be there? Why wouldn't his team want to be there?
Exactly.
I was like, that makes no sense. So everybody else, all the other coaches I talked to, I said, hey, did you guys know about the gala? They said, yeah. I said, did you bring a
Okay, it's over. Every other coach knew about the gala except for the head
Except
coach.
for iDUBBBZ's own coach, who they snaked.
Oh my God.
suit for it? And all of them had freaking like 3-piece suits with like
Yeah.
kerchiefs and everything. I had sweatpants. I'm like,
Oh,
what the
dude, that's so messed up. Why? It's like you're the guy connected with the event organizers, and they're explicitly excluding you guys.
I know why. I honestly believe that the reason why Ian and Nisa excluded us and did not want us to know about the gala is because we're both very professional, we're both very direct and very transparent. If they told us that they were going to throw a huge gala after the fight and it was going to cost a ton of money, we would have asked them, why are you doing this?
Yeah,
because
Exactly.
Anisa already told us.
It's crazy that they did this. Like, there's an award show. I didn't even know. We've covered this so many times. We had no idea there was an award show.
Oh, yeah, award show. This is news to me. And I took a piss during this part, so I didn't even see this.
Like, what a masturbation session this whole thing was.
Oh,
Oh, guys, let's all pat each other on the backs for losing money and not raising a dime for charity. Let's do the award show, guys.
you know what someone in chat said that this is so Mean Girls? And it really is. It's like not inviting someone in your friend group to a party and then expecting them to not find out ever.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
they'll never find out. Like,
Well,
what?
this is what happens when you burn people like this and you don't take care of the people in your circle. You're going to get fucked.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And by the way, awards for what? The best punch of the night, the best looking
You know, like,
shorts of the
this
night.
is
Like, what?
ridiculous.
She shared with us prior to CC2, like a month before, that they were negative, was it 500K already?
Yeah, she at the
Whoa,
time
whoa. Hold on.
Yeah, that's
Say,
important.
say that
Wait.
again. Say that again.
Let's hear it again.
they were negative 500K before the event.
Yes.
So going up to the event with the ticket sales and the PPV sales, when the event started, they knew they were down $500,000.
Yes.
Keep in mind that they moved to a bigger venue and they sold a lot of tickets.
This is an event for charity.
Yeah.
And they put themselves $500,000 in the hole after they had sold all the tickets, which they sold way more tickets, I guess, the second year than the first year, and they are still $500,000 in the hole.
Look, I'm gonna say this right now. They need to be class action lawsuit.
This is crazy levels of fraud and waste and abuse.
Yes,
no
definitely.
wonder they're leftists.
Yeah, definitely.
Tickets.
Definitely.
But before the event had started, they said we're fine. So the reason we found this out was because I wanted Ian to start doing 2 training sessions a day. And I said, Ian, you need to start doing 2 days. And he was like, why should I do 2-a-days? And I told him, I was like, Ian, you're not good at boxing.
Ian, you're not good at boxing. Ian, listen. It's like, why should I train so that I don't get fucking brutally beaten and get brain damage? Well, son, you're not very good at boxing, and I'm worried you're gonna get knocked the fuck out. Oh no!
There's someone in the chat said that they're the Bluths from Arrested Development. They really are.
Man, my brand is at stake. So you need to do 2-a-days. That's what pro boxers do. And so I
Wait,
told
did you
him
actually say that to him?
Yeah, yes. And then I told him, I said, my brand is on the line. I said, you can go back to YouTube. My whole life is fighting and coaching fighters. And I'm like, so if you don't have a good performance, that's going to look bad on me.
Yeah.
After the first event, so for the first event, he didn't do any of his cardio. So that's why I ended up gassing out so bad. And I truthfully believe if he would have just done his freaking cardio, that he would have won that fight. But they couldn't do the cardio because 10 weeks before the first event, ANISA wanted them to buy a house. So
What?
Oh my God! So ANISA literally cost her husband this fight. He couldn't do any of his cardiovascular training that was necessary to have the endurance to perform in that fight, thus leading to brain damage. All because ANISA demanded, with 10 weeks to go, that he drop everything and go house hunting.
Yeah. Cardio is really important. You're in the ring for 3 minutes. You're dead.
Oh, yeah.
You're done. And why? Okay. You're running this event for charity. Millions of dollars are on the line. Tons of people are viewing this. And you're going to fucking risk it? Wait for the house 10 weeks later.
Oh, man.
Instead of doing 2 training sessions a day at that point, they had to cut out training to go look to buy a house. And he moved into his new house the week before we left to Florida. So he literally wasn't training like he was supposed to for that whole first event because they wanted to go buy a house when they could have just rented a place for 6 months or a year. And then Ian could have focused on the fight, had the fight, and then found a new place. So I found that super offensive. I'm like, you're not doing anything, I'm telling you. And they would lie to me. And
what do you lie? That's like lying to your doctor.
It made no sense because he acted like I told him to do things because I wanted him to do them. And I really wanted him to do things because that would help him win the fight.
Yeah.
So when I tell him, hey, you need to do this, he'd be like, and then not really do it. He didn't realize how important cardio was until the second fight.
What do you mean he didn't realize how important cardio is? That's
Everybody
that's
knows.
like the entire.
Any lay person knows that would be the single most important part of the boxing.
What the
is
fuck?
having the athletic ability to continue doing it.
By the way, you can't.
Oh, buddy.
In between the house hunting, do your cardio at night or in the morning, vice versa, when you're not busy?
Wouldn't you be scared, like motivated by the fear to train and that you might get humiliated or seriously hurt or permanently brain damaged?
Yeah.
But no, I guess it was more important to please ANISA than to actually prepare himself adequately to defend himself from somebody trying to give him brain damage.
Yeah. I did cardio, though I didn't need cardio. Yes.
I know, buddy. I know.
Everything. Yeah,
I did the hardest cardio and I did not need it.
Everything.
He didn't need it. No.
Whole thing.
It literally is everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, hearing all this, it strikes me as ironic because he was always, and ANISA, going on about how they hold boxing in such high esteem and they want everyone to train and this is life or death. This is serious. You get in the ring and people die in the ring. And and hearing him speak so loftily and respectfully about boxing, but then hearing he's like, oh yeah, no, I lied to my trainer about running. It's like, what?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of that was them regurgitating what I would say. A lot of it, when I would tell them things about boxing, they would go repeat those things. I don't know how much of it was like them actually believing it. But so for that second event, so I tell him he needs to do 2-a-days. This is like 2 weeks before the fight. I'm like, we need to do your 2-a-days. And I said, my brand is at stake. Well, he went and told ANISA that I told him my brand was at stake. So the next day she comes into the gym super mad and she's like, our brand is at stake. We're $500,000 in the hole right now.
Why
What
would you
is that?
Oh, buddy. I thought you were responsible for managing it all, ANISA.
Oh my God.
ANISA comes in. We're $500,000 in the hole.
And that's the coach's fault. How?
Oh, man.
Wow.
I wish I knew that. I wish I knew that at that time. I think a lot of the fighters would have liked to have known that. I don't think none of them needed to be in the dark about that, you know?
Yes, completely. Well, and that's the thing. They said you guys didn't promote enough, but they weren't honest about the fact that they were spending the money from the ticket sales.
Isn't that crazy? They were spending the money faster than it was coming in. Every single dollar of ticket sales was spent before the event even happened.
Oh my God, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
On the hotel, on flying people in, on all these other things. So it was just like,
So those decisions, the gala decisions, were made while in the red.
yes.
Yes.
No, read
Audit.
So they were already in the red, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then they're like, you know what we should do? Because this is all about charity. A lavish red carpet gala for all of our friends with catering and live entertainment. They had a band that was there, and we're going to have an award show with trophies. Brilliant
Move, guys. Brilliant.
No shit like
there was
that.
an open bar. They had an open bar. Drink as much as you want. Endless hors d'oeuvres. Crazy.
This honestly sounds like fucking fraud.
She was like, we're already down 500,000. She still had time to cancel stuff when she said that? Like, how before the event was that?
Yeah. I mean, it was 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks before the event. I mean, they
So
knew
she
they
could
were
have made some
500K
last
in
minute
the hole.
moves. Yeah.
They knew they were 500K in the hole long before that, right? That's just when they yelled at us about it.
Wait, they were 500K 2 weeks before the event?
Yes.
Wait, and they thought that the pay-per-view would pay that back, but where's the charity money then?
There is no charity money. The charity money would have been fucking hardly anything, even if it was a success.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So they could have definitely made moves to reduce
It's charity
spending.
money?
We wanted that award show so bad the next day. They really, really wanted to have that award show so she could give out awards. Once again, you had heard, like Ian said, he didn't want to have the fight just end and have everybody go home the next day.
He said, I'll quote him because it's very rich. He says that the first time afterwards, he woke up and everybody was gone. And he found it super depressing because he didn't get a chance to process his trauma, which seems a little bit hyperbolic, frankly, if I'm being honest. I mean, it's like a self-inflicted charity event. I wouldn't call that exactly I wouldn't put that up with like maybe like fighting in a war. I don't know, but but I guess trauma. We all define trauma differently. But so he goes. So in that case, I wanted to throw a party afterwards where we could all talk to each other and process our trauma. And then he says, we lost money, but I don't regret throwing the after party.
What?
Yeah, he said
I think that was a lot of her words because, like,
It was her words.
Guaranteed. He's a human sock puppet that ANISA speaks through. And that gets confirmed time and time again. Once again, guys, you know, those of you who are like, "Oh, this is some crazy shit." It gets so much crazier.
Yeah, this is like
we just have to hit play. We got to get through this.
Yeah.
he would say things that she would say. And so, for example, he said, well, we thought inviting Hassan and all those other people was going to translate to more buys, pay-per-view buys.
And they didn't even promote.
How?
They didn't even care.
That's the thing.
No.
What's crazy is iDUBBBZ didn't give contracts to anybody to be like, listen, if you're getting flown out here as a fighter or a guest, you have to do X amount of promotion on this platform, this platform, this platform. He just no strings attached with no commitments, and he didn't even press people, just handed out free hotel rooms, free flights, free everything, and just expected that magically there would be promotion that led to pay-per-view purchases. It's gross negligence. It's unbelievable.
Oh, man.
It made no sense to me. I'm like, people don't watch fights because Denzel Washington's in the crowd. They're not
Exactly.
like, Denzel Washington's there. I need to watch the fight.
Right.
Like, it makes no sense. And if they would have taught, so a lot of decisions before the first event, they like spoke with us about, because I know boxing. I've been around boxing my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, I could help them with all these other things. And then for the second event, I felt like they wanted to make it much more like their own version of a TwitchCon, their own version of a VidCon.
That's what he said, yeah.
He said that she wanted to.
That's Froggy Tonic.
And Yeah, and that's Getty Images, by the way. Do you see that?
Yeah, let's go back.
That was
And
a
of a Twitch-
photograph that
second event,
Getty
I've heard-
Images took.
Yeah, right there. Oh my
You can
God.
see the Getty Images watermark on. Was it worth it? Because they were, I'm gonna guess, at least 5 figures to hire Getty Images to come in and do this event. It must have been at least $10,000 to get them to come in and do
Minimum.
this. Probably more than that.
Probably 30K.
This is-
Probably 30K.
Yes.
Probably 30K. Yeah, it's Getty Images. Like,
And this was, they're $500,000 in the hole. And they're like, well, I guess we can use some of this ticket money that was meant for charity in order to hire these guys.
yeah.
VidCon.
That's what he said. Yeah.
Oh,
She said that she wanted to be like a VidCon. And we are new to the YouTube world. Like, we never been to a VidCon. And she's like, you guys haven't been before, but it's super cool where all these famous YouTubers come and everybody gets to vibe out. And so I was just like,
Vibe
is it
out.
like Comic-Con?
Yeah, he was really mad the first year that like, because she would always talk about a certain
Okay.
group of people.
Just downloading an image from Getty Images and owning the rights is $150.
So
Just
somebody in chat,
downloading the image.
Francisco is saying they charge $2,500 per hour.
There you go.
So at minimum, it was $10,000. If it was 4 hours, it may have been longer than that. It may have been more, depending on what package they went with.
Yeah.
But minimum $2,500 an hour.
It was like somebody named Pokimane and all these other people, and she would always talk about how she wants like them to be there, and she
What, did you hear that? Anissa is obsessed with Pokimane and kept bringing up that she wanted Pokimane to be there. Clout chasing Pokimane, Anissa.
All this
Rather
money.
than actually caring about charity. All of this money that should have went to charitable good causes instead went to Anissa flying out Pokimane to clout chase with her.
she wants
Please
to be a part of
notice
their
me,
group.
Pokimane.
So a lot of it, and then
Oh no! Exposed as the dirty social climber monkey brancher that she is.
What a bitch.
so that's why like, and then the first year was like during that girl's birthday party. So a bunch
No,
of-
sorry. Knowing that detail, it breaks my heart that she had to settle for denims.
Yeah,
Fuck
she
it,
didn't. She couldn't
Kino.
even get Pokimane. Couldn't even get Pokimane. Instead, wasted the same amount of money to get denim.
H3 is being pretty funny.
Oh,
You know what's funny
felt
is
it.
these two have no idea the jokes that you have to know
Oh,
the
yeah.
lore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know these people, but yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, once again, the only people I really know in the YouTube world is you guys, because you guys were so nice to us. Like, we got more clout from being on your show than we ever did from working with Ian, because he would never show any of the work we did. He would never, yeah. And then everybody else, it drove me crazy. Like, AB would shout out his coach, Wale, Lucky Boy, yeah, and then
Yeah,
Harley
AB
had a
was
great coach.
AB was all about it, man. And the coaches deserve a lot of credit for what you guys, especially you guys who were involved with the freaking event, the management of the whole event,
This is crazy.
Right. Yeah. Mike Leonardi even said after the second event ended, when it was just him and I talking, and Mike Leonardi was like, man, these events wouldn't even happen without you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, because he knows about the drama that I have to deal with training Ian and how hard it was to get him to train.
Yeah.
And so, because I think he knew Mike knew that I think Ian didn't like boxing either, just by the way, like he would interact with boxing.
So this guy, Mike,
Oh,
you
man.
mentioned him to me. I wasn't sure. He's the fight promoter.
So he was the manager that they got in touch with. So what happened the story of this event was amazing. Like, Ian had to reach out to all these people.
Yo,
and they were,
Daniel in chat says, stop, Ian's already dead. No,
Oh,
this is
man.
nothing. This
You
is like
guys have no idea. They haven't even started saying the good shit.
the
We're-
baseball
no,
bats come out
We're
later.
not even close. We're not even close to the good shit. We got to just keep
weird.
playing it.
And then he reached out to Manny Pacquiao, and Manny Pacquiao hooked him up
This
with the
is all
guy.
nothing.
And then
for-
that guy ends up putting him on a phone call, and that's how they met Mike Leonardi. And so Mike was a manager in Vegas, and he knows promoters, and he knows how to promote boxing events. And so the actual promoter was a guy named Ryan Rickey, who's like friends with Coach Thompson, Jesse Thompson, and this guy, Coach Rick.
That's Harley's coach.
Yeah, Jesse Thompson's Harley's coach. So anyways, he hooks us up with all these guys in Florida, and that's how we were able to throw the event. but it was like the craziest set of circumstances for us to end up where we ended up. So I wish Ian would have told the story. He should have been proud of the story.
Right.
Yeah.
I had a quick question. Sorry.
You want to go
Yeah.
or should I go?
Oh, I was going to say,
Holy shit,
oh, yeah.
I'm being silly. Go ahead.
Roll it.
Oh,
This
Hila had a
guy's
funny
silly over here.
comment. She said, Hila donated. I hate when she does that. Why is she giving money to Google? That's our money. Anyway, she said, too much dumping in here, you guys. Stop. This is not what podcasting is.
I know. I was afraid this was going to be an emotional dumping ground.
Hey, no, that's just crazy. They're not haters. They're not A-logs of iDUBBBZ and ANISA. They're not following this. They have no idea what that reference was. It went right over their head, and they took it seriously as though they were like emotionally trauma dumping, and it was too much.
And I was like, oh, I hope it doesn't sound like
Anyway, sorry, Harley, go ahead.
I was going to ask because just your opinion. Do you think that they were intentionally misleading with any of this, or just sloppy in their execution and communication?
just sloppy. I think it was just sloppy. Like, that's the thing. Like, I still freaking, I always had the best. You want to be around people that want the best for you. And I always wanted the best for Ian. And so I always felt like, man, like, we're going to break through. We're going to have this moment where we break through and things are going to be good. But then they never were. So in my mind, I think they just got sloppy. I think they thought in the second event they were going to do millions of dollars in pay-per-view sales. And so I think that's why they went so far in the hole, because they just assumed they were going to get these huge pay-per-view sales.
Just to be clear, Hila's joking. I don't know if you guys know that. The dumping thing is a joke about something Ian said. Okay. I didn't want you guys to think that I was... You guys dump away, please. We're here to dump. Yeah. You mentioned something. So this guy, Michael, he left. Mike. So he left Creator Clash and went and started working for Jake Paul.
Yeah.
And he scheduled the Jake Paul event.
Oh, wow.
For the same day.
Yes.
Ian's old guy.
Crazy.
Wait,
Yes.
who's Ian's guy?
Yes. That's their big connection to influencer boxing is Mike Leonardo or Leotardo or
He was
whatever
the one
his
who
name is.
fucking did Jake Paul's fight for that day?
And he was the one that scheduled Jake Paul's fight to be the same day as Creator Clash.
I thought it was a coincidence. It wasn't.
Because even he was sick of them. But that's part of the reason that Creator Clash even existed. Some people might have missed it. But this coach got Ian in touch with Mike. And so that's how Creator Clash was even able to exist at the level that it was. So this coach was really, really putting in the work for this event. And iDUBBBZ snaked him his bonus money, bad talked his wife doing the documentary. And as we find out, ghosted them when they asked them to promote their political cause.
Oh, wait. Do you think that the coach told Mike a Leonardo or whatever, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, don't worry, I got something for you."
You never know. You never know.
He did, and he had to do that on purpose, right?
I think he still owns Creator Clash. That guy. I think he's still part of it.
Well,
It's just when you have like a Jake Paul, you can. Like, that's your thing. That's going to take priority over everything for
Creator
sure. Like, the event is 100 times bigger.
I said, do you think? Okay, I'm not saying it's the truth. I said my theory.
But I think he's still involved with Creator Clash.
So, but then why would he do it on the same day if it wasn't meant as shade?
It's a great day.
It's crazy.
It's so crazy to me. When we saw that, I was like, because we already knew it was the same night as it. So first of all, Ian never even reached out to me at all for Creator Clash 3. That's one of the big things I want from this is to like, because what happens when Ian messes with you or messes with these other people, a lot of it comes back onto me and either my YouTube channel or my Instagram, where people start putting a bunch of comments on my stuff. It's probably happening to Harley. It happens to everybody that's related to it, right?
Well, like what? So, what did they say?
They say fraud coach.
They're shit. What?
Talk about the sparring videos. So people want to see sparring videos, but Ian never put out any of my filming, so people think that Michael didn't.
So people in the comments they'll say, "Oh my gosh,
bad, right?"
Yeah,
because they're like, "Well, did he even train? Is Mike a fraud?" And this is the thing is the Jamas are so selfish and they're so lazy and they're so inconsiderate. They talk about how they're so empathetic and they're so loving. but there was no empathy at all to consider how this would affect Coach Mike, that there was no training footage that came out, that you lost both fucking fights, you look fucking terrible, you got brain damage. Like, you let him down and you hurt his reputation. And then you get involved in all of this drama with Sam Hyde and Froggy Fresh and now with H3H3. And then those people's fans go and attack your coach and other people around you, when all you needed to do was just do a simple, straightforward charity boxing event that raised money. But is just completely selfish and didn't think about anyone else.
What a piece of shit, eh?
You never had
He's such a piece of fucking... He's like, oh.
That's why I lost the fight. Oh, you didn't have him do this. That's why I lost the fight. And I'm like, if he would have released the footage, they would say...
By the way, this isn't concern trolling, how Ian was saying it, that we're all like... No, we're just saying you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Like, you're a piece of garbage.
We did all of
You
those
really
things.
are.
But now I have to try to stick up for myself and have my YouTube be an emotional dumping ground in my comment section.
Yeah.
To try to protect myself. Or my brand. And so it was just crazy to me because...
Horrible.
Sorry about that, guys. Ian, now is not your time. We'll have time for you. Sorry about that. He's intolerable. Hila is loving this, by the way. She just gifted 20 members. Loving this.
By the way, there's people hopping in saying, "Oh, I'm late. We started early." Don't worry.
Yeah. Don't worry. The best is still to come for those of you who are joining around this time, because this is around when we usually start. What ended up happening is iDUBBBZ and ANISA's boxing coach came on and just exposed them bad. And there's so many embarrassing stories that are still to come. Yeah. So if you just tuned in now, don't worry. The best parts are still upcoming.
Yes.
So, Ian almost has this superpower. Maybe it's ANISA together, but they say great leaders inspire loyalty. It seems that everybody in his life, he's forced to be disloyal. He has negative leadership. What do you call that? What is negative leadership?
He put people in unwinnable positions where what were they meant to do? Like, what was AB and Lena? Like, what was Lena supposed to do? After the H3 content cop dropped, obviously she couldn't stay on Creator Clash, right? Yeah. Like, what was Harley meant to do when they're like, he's Jewish and the whole event is now anti-Jewish and anti-is, like, what is he supposed to do? Yeah. And he was your biggest fucking janitor,
Yeah.
Leadership.
Abuse.
Abuse?
Okay. Yes.
So you think it's so I guess quantify that. Did you feel like abuse? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, the reason why I say it's abusive is because, for example, the bonus, right? They mentioned it to me, Michael, that they're going to give a bonus after CC1. And then after the event was so great, they just went rogue on us, It's interesting because we invite them to our house for Thanksgiving. We're so nice to them. We open up our lives to them.
Wow.
They met my kids.
You promised the bonus.
Yeah, even after they were stiffed on the bonus money that they were promised, the $5,000, they still invited iDUBBBZ and ANISA to their house for Thanksgiving, had them meet their kids, all of this.
Oh my God. And remember, she is a child bride victim.
Yes.
It's like our kids.
And asked them, can you help me with my cause to stop this law from being legal? No. Yep. Left on red.
No, we won't promote it, but they're supposedly such progressive people.
And everything. But then once the work is done and they don't need us, they kind of just put us at bay and they make it uncomfortable for us to reach out to them. Or if we reach out to them, they don't respond. So treating us like we're not really in their inner circle, which makes no sense because we worked with them for CC1, CC2. Michael and I have traveled with them to LA, Vegas, Florida. Keep in mind that when we're in Florida with them, we're with them for 2 to 3 weeks at a period of time. That's a long time to be with someone. Yeah. You learn so much about the person. And then you start to realize, wow, everything that, I don't want to say, their enemy's name. What's his name? Sam. I don't want to say he's right, but when we saw that video drop,
no, he's right. Oh, you could say it.
No! Sam Hyde is right.
Oh my God.
No! I don't want to say he's right, but he's right.
The one where he's like, well, hold on. So there's a video of Sam Hyde, and he goes, she's going to ruin his life. Mark my words. I guarantee it. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes, Anissa was the one that showed it to us because we didn't know nothing.
That's so crazy that Sam Hyde was living so rent-free in Anissa's mind that she's showing people who have no idea who Sam Hyde. Look, this is Sam Hyde. He's evil. Look, here he is saying, I'm going to ruin Ian's life. And then they watched as she proceeded to ruin Ian's life right before their eyes. And they go, yes, Sam Hyde was right.
This is the greatest content
Ginger
ever.
Minus for 5 subs and smoking homebrew for sub. This is where it starts to get truly Kino. It really picks up.
Because now it's not about the charity minus $500,000.
Now it's just about petty stories, dunking on them and exposing them.
Yes.
Too is like,
I mean, I was just thinking about that on the way to work because I saw that clip too, and I was like, damn, like Sam fucking he was right.
Yeah.
Well, so what's crazy to me is like, so for example, when Ian did your show for Creator Clash 2, he would never say my name. He would always just go Ian's coach or my coach. And then AB was the one that actually had to say my name. AB was like, oh, you mean Michael? And then I was like, thank you, AB. Appreciate you. But so, and then same thing when he did the other podcast, he said, oh, my coach is he's really tough. He has toxic masculine qualities.
Wait.
So he was bad mouthing his coach in the lead up to the event, saying that his coach had toxic masculine qualities and stuff like
He's
this.
a boxing coach.
What a fucking piece of shit Ian is. After all the work this guy put into him to bad mouth him like that.
We covered that video, by the way. We did cover that video last year or a year and a half ago.
Wouldn't promote his coach at all. Like, this could help the guy, you know, because people are watching. They're like, oh, this so-and-so, he trained this person and this person for the big event. Could have brought him in business, but no. Just doesn't shout out his coach. But you know who did shout out the coach? We're going to find out.
When did he say that?
He said that when he was talking to
when he did the podcast
with the Smosh guy.
Yeah.
So he did that and he said,
what?
oh my.
He's lost his mind. I'm sorry, but if anybody deserves to have toxic masculine traits, it's your boxing coach, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Line, bitch. You know what I mean? Go fucking wake up and run. Think about, you remember Mike Tyson's coach, this like grumpy, insane old man? Like, this is who you want to fucking coach you, dude. What are you talking about?
I didn't see the podcast you're talking about, but yeah, I know when I was training with Michael, I felt so loving compared to when I was fighting with Wally.
It sounds like
Wally used to
Wally.
tell me, you could punch me in my sleep and I won't blink. Yeah.
That's the thing, right? I actually had to learn how to talk to Ian from training because during one of the sessions when he wasn't supposed to spar, but then he ended up going to spar Alex Stearns one day.
Oh, I want to ask you about that.
Oh, it was hilarious. It was funny to me because we weren't supposed to spar that day. Actually, it was the morning that he released the Sam Hyde documentary.
Yeah.
So I had no idea he had so much going on because I didn't even know what the documentary was.
We didn't know who anybody was.
Anybody. I just want to control. I want to focus on the fight, right? So he releases the documentary, but we're in LA. We're visiting gyms.
For
and
your,
we're supposed to watch
your podcast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was for that. But we wanted to watch Alex Stearns train. So we go to Alex Stearns' gym, and the coach of the head guy of the gym, the owner, says that he doesn't believe women should fight. So Anissa gets really upset and decides.
Whoa!
So
buddy.
Anissa gets upset and makes the whole day about her because she's the main character or whatever.
The owner of the gym said that.
The owner of
Alex.
So Anissa got so offended that she said, Ian needs to spar now today. And we're like, what? And then
Ian needs to fight now because I'm upset.
And by the way, they're gonna bring this up right now, and it's so true. When you're training, they're gonna warn you, hey, tomorrow we're sparring. So you can mentally prepare, okay, I'm gonna get punched and Anissa. Ian's not even mentally there.
Yeah.
She's like, he's gonna fight now.
Anissa volunteers
she's triggered.
him. It's not Ian goes, I gotta fight. She goes, you're gonna fight now, Ian. Like, whoa, buddy.
By the way, how does this prove your point that women could fight?
Why doesn't she go, okay, well, I'll box the owner then?
Yeah.
Why don't you get in here with, I'll show you women can fight or some shit like that? Oh. No, it's that iDUBBBZ needs to suffer and gets hit in the head because she's upset about feminism or whatever.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, man, to get slaughtered by Alex.
Boogie on Twitter is now felting.
You know Ian? It's tough when Boogie's felting you, Ian. Yeah, it's a tough place to be, buddy. When Boogie's dunking on you, ooh, it's time to log off. It's time to get off the internet, bro.
Ernst, who's like some kind of like boxing savant or something, he fucking annihilated him, dude.
Yeah.
So what happened was, it was funny because Alex has really thick glasses. So he took his glasses off and he can't see anything. So he just starts swinging haymakers.
Oh, he couldn't even see.
Oh no, but Ian like froze.
Oh wait, and also
he got fucked up. So iDUBBBZ wasn't used to people just throwing fucking crazy haymakers like that, and so this guy, blind as a fucking bat, who needs glasses, tuned up Ian with these huge power shot punches. Fucked him up right then and there in the middle of the ring because ANISA had to open her big fat stupid mouth about feminism.
It's like you're spamming your haymaker move, like your energy move in the game.
Like normally, like, it could be an easy spar. You're like, oh, jab to the body.
Yeah,
jab to, just touch you up. We'll just touch each other up.
Maybe
meanwhile, motherfucker comes in, he's blind, so he has no technique, so he just starts winging shots like a crazy fight. Ian's like, oh, deer in headlight, gets knocked the out.
Before the filming, before they did the sparring, ANISA and Ian runs up to me and they're like, Kate, make sure you film this because we want to put on our YouTube channel in the documentary, how does 3 weeks of training look like and 3 months of training look like? Because Ian at that time had been training for 3 months with us. And so I filmed
it. And Alex 3 weeks. He had just started.
Yeah. Well, and the thing was, skill-wise, Ian was much better. Ian wasn't just used to somebody throwing haymakers. And so Alex comes out and just starts hitting him with haymakers. And the first 2 rounds, I was talking to him very softly. I was like, Ian, are you...
Ash. So ANISA,
man.
ANISA gets her to start filming. And it's this video of him.
And it's just getting his ass beat by some blind guy who's only been training for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
You okay? Can you throw punches? If you can't throw punches, I'm going to scrap this sparring because you're not throwing any punches. And then he's like, no, I'm fine. And then 2 rounds later, then I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing that? And then he went on the Smosh show and he was like, yeah, it's bad enough when you get beat up and your coach is yelling at you too.
Shut up, dude.
I swear.
Dude, listen to the audio of any corner. That's how the corner's like, what the are you doing?
Yeah.
Throw a punch, man. Oh,
well,
here.
Is it serious fucking shit?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
This isn't something you play around doing. The consequences of this can last your entire lifetime, getting concussed and brain damaged, and not to mention, your reputation is on the line, the coach's reputation is on the line. So, this is your job, and the Jamas just aren't used to having a fucking job, because at your job, your boss, in this situation is the coach, will tell you what you need to fucking do, and if you're fucking up, they'll correct you, and he's just not used to having any authority figure in his life telling him what he needs to do. And so he resented the coach. And here we have him saying he cried like a fucking baby because the coach reminded him of his dad. That's what we're going to get into here in a second. Oh. It's crazy.
Actually, I have the reference here. Let's watch it.
Alex is a freak of nature, I got to say.
The way.
I remember watching that and everyone was like, what was that? Because it seemed, everybody could tell he got pretty rattled by that fight.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say, and I'm going to... Did you say he cried?
Oh, we had to have a meeting.
Yeah.
No! They had to have meetings because he would regularly cry. He cries.
My God.
He's a cry baby. He's a crier.
So you think when you see him lose at the end of the first 2 creator clashes, right? You think, he's emotional because of the big event.
Being overwhelmed. But no, it's a regular occurrence. It's regular that he would cry after he got his ass whooped at the gym.
Sparring.
Oh,
so he was crying at the gym afterwards, and I said, and once again, I hate to hate on him.
He was crying after it. It's so petty, and you can just tell Buddy's wife is loving this shit. She's been waiting a long time to dish this dirt, and once she starts getting going, it gets good.
Most petty shit. It's amazing. It's the best
good.
shit.
It's the best
for that because it's very emotional.
Yeah, for sure.
In some hard sparring, right?
Yeah.
So but then what happened afterwards was horrible because then we went back to the hotel and then they were eating at Denny's and they said, we need to have a meeting. So I have to go to Denny's. And they pretty much then talked about how they were going to have to fire me because I reminded Ian of his father when his father would yell at him as a kid.
Whoa, buddy. Whoa, buddy. That's a fucking, let's get some subs. Holy shit.
Denny's
that's
meeting?
So devastating, buddy. There's so much of it that's mimetic. First of all, he's crying after sparring. Then he's having to call a business meeting at Denny's. Some real professional stuff there. Real high roller stuff there. And then the meeting is about he's crying because the coach reminds him of his dad. Because his dad tried to instill discipline in him, just like the coach.
We have film for us.
Man.
That's great. You're gonna have to stop being mean. You're gonna have to stop being mean, or we'll have to fire you because you remind him of it. That's fucking.
Why would you ever admit that?
Yeah.
Why would you ever tell anybody that?
Yeah.
And then they talk about how H3H3's podcast is an emotional dumping ground of trauma.
Oh my God.
That's crazy. Making your relationship with your dad some fucking buddy else's problem. That's wild.
And so I had to relearn how to talk to him. And at the time, I didn't even mind because I'm like, as a coach, I need to learn how to talk to different fighters anyway.
Like a fucking pussy. I had to talk to him in Weenie Hut Jr. mode because he couldn't handle being talked to like a man because he was nothing but a little cock bitch. Woo!
Like communication is the most important thing. One of the most important things as a coach. So I was trying to turn it into a positive, but it definitely was. But he almost got fired at Denny's.
Yeah, exactly. After that sparring session, but
I
not
almost
only
farted at Denny's.
Yeah, Michael and I rewatched the sparring, right, with him and Alex Ernst, and you could clearly hear that Anisa was screaming louder than Michael.
Yeah, so he was literally yelling at him worse than I was. But I was like, apparently I was the one that I yelled at him.
That's how Anisa treats her husband. She's yelling at him, telling him what a failure he is, what a loser he is, being even harder on him than the supposedly toxically masculine coach that Ian cried because he reminded him of his father.
No, bro. Like, she is, like, I know we say this a lot, but I'll say it again. She's actually, like, evil. She's straight up NPD, narcissistic, feeds on Ian's energy. It's brutal.
At one point during this, they relate a story where Anisa said that she would only ever marry a millionaire. And that's what she had always told her mother. And that's why she got with Ian, because she could only ever settle for a millionaire.
That's
because
crazy.
She's straight up a gold digger. Just mask off, revealing her gold digger nature.
Froze.
It triggered him and he thought of his dad. That's what she said.
So we'd have to deal with things like that all the time where it was like he wasn't even supposed to spar that day. Like, I'm like, what the hell is going on?
He didn't have a mouthpiece. He didn't have a mouthpiece. So they had to buy a $20 mouthpiece from the gym and put it in the microwave. It didn't even fit. It was ridiculous.
When you plan to spar like that, you want to prep. You don't want to just go into it.
You want to be like, ask AB, you want to be mentally prepared for a sparring day.
He wasn't prepared to spar. And then Anisa put him up to it because she heard the owner of the gym is the owner of the gym who's not related to the fight really. He wasn't there. He didn't care. It was just some comment. So she had to prove something to the owner to have him beat up Alex, who doesn't have anything to do with him. They have a weird thing. They do this where they go, "Oh, really? If you think I'm an asshole, then you should hear about this. What this kid did, totally unrelated to me at this shooting range. You should hear what the owner of this building said." Who it's like, what are you talking about? What's that got to do with anything?
It's just bizarre.
Yeah, it's like another rice gum situation where someone's beefing and Anissa's like, "Ian, you better go throw a fight now and beat him up and be a boxer."
Yeah, that was actually how the whole situation started, was because Rice Gum had texted Anisa And he said, tell your husband to fight me or tell your man to fight me or something like that. And that's how they ended up hiring me, because I was supposed to train him to fight Rice Gum. So I was like, all right, I'm going to have two totally inexperienced people fight on some event. I had no idea what was going on.
Right. This is a lot.
It is a lot.
The sparring thing is next level, because sparring at our level, people don't spar in their first year of boxing necessarily.
Right.
And it is really mentally and physically taxing. And if someone did boxing for 2 months and then sparred and then quit, I would understand that. And there's no way my coach would have ever, like, anyone could have been like, oh yeah, he's gonna go do this or that if I wasn't mentally prepared for it.
Yeah.
So the pressure aspect is really interesting, because I don't understand ultimately what was the point of that. It's just gonna set things back, you know.
Yeah. And that's why, like, I would always try to have Ian do very controlled sparring until like towards kind of more towards the last 8-10 weeks of camp. And then we would really pick it up. For the second fight, he sparred hard. He was literally stopping people in sparring.
Yeah.
Even for the first fight, he actually had stopped Nathan Barnett with a body shot. He stopped Alex Idita with a body shot. So he was actually in sparring. Like, once he got a little bit better, he was doing pretty damn well.
So,
but I agree. Like,
he's giving iDUBBBZ credit for things that he feels like he's being fair.
Yeah.
You know, he's not just saying things to make him look bad either.
Yeah.
Which gives them even more credibility.
Yeah, definitely.
Shouldn't be putting.
And after this whole sparring bit, they dig in so brutally, bros. Guys, we
got to get there. We got to
get in early until they actually know not only how to throw punches and defend themselves, but also counter after somebody hits them. Because a lot of times they might know how to throw punches or even defend, but then they get hit. This is something I would have cut
shorter.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is like, But we had no time.
You were trying to dissuade. Did you try to dissuade him? Like, dude, you're not ready. This is a bad idea.
I was like, we don't have a mouthpiece. We don't have headgear. We don't have the right gloves.
Yeah.
I was totally trying to dissuade. I was like, we're not ready for this.
You should listen to your coach, probably.
Wait, this about the fight that he was like haymakered in?
Yes.
No mouthpiece.
And they had no mouthpiece, so he's just like risking losing his
mouthpiece. No headgear in sparring. Come on,
man.
Yeah.
It's hard because, like, Ian, you could tell in his eyes, he could not say no to ANISA.
Yeah.
So what is he going to do? He's going to just suck it up, go get that $20 mouthpiece right there.
No, he can't say no to ANISA. So he's going to go put in a shitty $20 mouthpiece instead of the $500 mouthpiece he should be using. Yeah. And he's going to go get wailed on by a blind guy and get beat up for 4 rounds before his coach mercifully terminates the beating.
She's going to say this right now, too. So with the mouthpiece, you have to obviously mold it to your teeth by putting in boiling water, and you put it there and you let it cool, right?
He said he can't say no to it.
He microwaves it to fucking put it. But if you have a like non-right mouthpiece in your mouth, like it fucks your teeth when they're on, right?
It's super distracting.
Oh, it distracts.
It doesn't feel right. You can't focus on anything. Yeah.
It's like just digging into your gums and shit.
They're putting the microwave and put it in his mouth. That's what he did.
Yeah. But and then that
sounds a lot like the sexual stuff he enjoys.
No,
I made that. I don't know why. You know what? I apologize, guys. There was a moment about putting something in the mouth, and I thought, well, that's probably because of cuck thing. I just tried to, I apologize for that.
Once again, like I mean, I always want the best for Ian, so I was always a lot of these things were just very disappointing, especially when he came out and said he was never going to release a documentary. I was just like, what are you talking about? We have hours of footage, and I could see why they didn't want to make a documentary on the second one, because they didn't want to show how ANISA helped promote this whole event, and it
they didn't want to show that it was all ANISA's fault, that every step of the way she made horrible decisions that led to the failure of the event. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
So gold.
$250,000.
Yeah.
So that made sense.
No, I've heard ANISA talk a lot on the show and other places, and Ian was backing her up. She's like, she has amazing footwork. Like, she is like some natural gifted type of boxer. And I forget why they said she couldn't fight, but they're like, but unfortunately she can't fight. But if she could, she's like amazing. And so I was just kind of curious because you were training her. Is she is she this natural gifted boxing savant?
So she did have some athleticism for a girl. But what would happen was when she would come forward really hard, when she would come forward really hard. When she would come forward really hard.
But do you want to clarify that? You can.
Yeah. So like
girls are weaker. I mean,
no, what he's gonna say is that she was more athletic and a better boxer than iDUBBBZ was. Yeah, no, that's where this is actually going, chat. That's where this is actually going, chat. Yeah.
No.
A lot of women are just less athletic when it comes to boxing.
It's about throwing punches. It's about because men have more upper body strength. Women have more lower body strength in general, right?
Yeah, well, and I mean, there's plenty of women that that play basketball that will kill me in basketball, right? But fighting is a separate thing. Fighting is its own entity, and so I don't even almost consider fighting a sport, really, right? Compared to other things. And so when you have some athleticism for a girl, and like because she had played sports, that's more what I meant. Was she had played sports as a girl, so she came in with some athleticism. Ian had never played a sport a day in his life. Ian has zero athleticism, right? So training her was easier than training Ian because she had more athleticism. But
oh my God!
No, Ian, no, he's weak. He's unathletic. He's a bitch. His girl's tougher than he is. No, buddy, that's tough, bro. That's tough. He's a wimp.
Every time you hear a new point, right? You go kill shot. How many kill shots can you have in one expose?
This whole thing is just a brutal kill shot. He's nothing but a pencil neck geek.
What happened on her first sparring session, I would always tell her, you can't just come forward. You can't just come forward. And so she had a sparring session and she was just trying to walk forward. And then a girl punched her. And then I was actually watching Ian, so I wasn't even watching. I just heard a big pop. And then I looked over and she was kind of frozen. And then she said she had a concussion. Then the next day she went.
Wait, she got punched once.
Please, God. She immediately has a concussion after one punch. It's like, listen, if you're that worried about concussions, maybe don't box.
One punch.
Maybe don't box.
One punch.
Whoever did that, I wish if they want to come forward, if we can produce footage of ANISA getting hit, I'll give that person $1,000.
Oh, buddy.
Straight up. Whoever punched ANISA and gave her the concussion, $1,000 to you.
Sensitivity to light and pretty much all the concussion symptoms.
The whole entire list, like and then, on forever.
And then so we were like, oh no, she has a concussion. And then Ian's like, well, she's kind of a hypochondriac.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh, okay.
ANISA's not gonna like that. She's hurt, Joe. She's hurt. Oh, ANISA's not gonna like that. This is iDUBBBZ himself saying to them, listen, ANISA's kind of a hypochondriac. She makes up all sorts of physical and mental ailments all the time, guys. She probably doesn't actually have a concussion. She's totally fine.
Buddy.
Oh, no, she's going to be pissed. That's one of the things that will set her off more than anything else.
Oh, yeah.
And it's because it's true. It's true.
You said that about me? Buddy, yes. I bet you they're having a fight right now because they haven't said anything, right?
Ian, that's a pegging.
By the way,
that's a pegging, bud.
Donut operators tweeting about this H3 podcast is something else.
It's not going to be good for them.
Everyone's tweeting about this, bro.
This is total Jamha death, total Jamha destruction. There is no path forward.
No.
Hassan, right now, ANISA is texting Hassan and she panicking and she's being left on red. Ian's texting Hassan and Frogan and all these, they're all leaving them on red. They're all about to leave them to die. And it's going to be Kino. It's going to be the best. They're panicking. They're so terminally online. As we're going to find out later on in this, they're just scrolling the feed, just seething. All right, we got to hit play.
Limited time me because I was worried at that time.
She's not going to like hearing that.
Yeah, I tried to check on her and he reassured me. He was like, hey, don't worry about her. she's actually a hypochondria, and she does this often where she self-diagnoses herself and freaks out. So that's like, don't worry about it. She'll be fine. And I was like,
she
okay, then why is she?
H3's like,
She does
she's
this
not gonna
often,
like that.
where she self-diagnoses herself. Ooh, that's really gonna burn her.
Christmas.
That's gonna, it's so good. It's so good.
The thing that drove me crazy
Is that why
was
she said she couldn't box because she had a like? Do you remember what it was?
She was an athlete in high school, and she had previous concussions, if I remember correctly, or something where the doctor told her it's too big of a risk.
Well, definitely don't box then.
Also, the doctor's going to tell you what you tell them. If I come in and I say I have sensitivity, light, and have headaches, they're going to say you have a concussion, right? So, and then the part of the story that drove me crazy was how all of a sudden she went from saying she had this concussion to she's had all these concussions while she was training. And then by the time she was on like your guys' show and these other shows, she's like, I've had 11 minors and 2 majors. And I'm like, I've been around concussions my whole life. And nobody's like, that was a minor, that was a major, you know? And so I was like, well, if you had 2 majors, that would mean you were like completely unconscious. And she said she got them from like lacrosse and hockey. So I'm like, you're telling me that you got knocked out completely unconscious on the field. And then a few weeks later, they're like, put her back on the field. I'm like, that makes 0 sense to me. Like,
she's a liar. I mean, she does 100%. Lie. She lies about everything, it seems like.
Yeah. Oh, let's go! Let's go!
I'm so happy.
And also, like, literally 2 majors. If she said she has 13, 11 minors, and 2 majors, 2 majors would mean like you were completely unconscious.
She's brain dead.
A lot of head trauma.
Like that.
You know what's ironic?
I guess they take them at their word. Yeah, they both act like they're brain damaged.
Yeah.
That's what happened to him. You know, but ANISA, she seems more in control than ever.
Oh yeah. The master.
It's odd, and that's why like I felt so bad because you could see. So that the 2 of the best weeks, or one of the best weeks we had in training, was when she had to go visit her family in Canada. And then that was when Ian invited his sparring partners to the gala. I wasn't a part of that, but he went out and did like
Costa Rica. You just go, so the best week that we had together was the week ANISA wasn't there because she went to go visit her family for the Christmas holidays and Ian wasn't invited.
Buddy, by the way, there is no tweets. I repeat, no tweets by ANISA or iDUBBBZ.
It's radio silence.
But they're blocking people.
To say,
but they're blocking people. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, one of the guys that runs the gym. So first of all, the gym that we're out of is this guy Luca Hosever's gym, and it's called Vigor Ground Athletics. And he was the one that did their programming in the beginning. And when they went on some show and they were like, Ian, how did you gain all this weight? She was like, oh, I studied kinesiology.
That's
and I'm like,
crazy.
wait.
This is the story of this. Yes.
She has to answer. And like he'll bring up here, it's like, she is his like fucking mouthpiece.
Yeah, she's his master. It's crazy. It gets crazy. We got Regretful Gorilla for 5 subs. All right, let's hit play.
I'm like, how did you studying kinesiology dig him to gain weight? Like, that makes no sense. Because in reality, it was Luca that was writing their programming for him, but they never wanted to give him a shout out. And that's when we realized they don't want to give anybody a shout out. Like, they would never give me a shout out. They would never give Luca a shout out. They would, randomly enough, I guess occasionally they would give Mike Leonardi one. But
because
otherwise,
he's the manager and he had a bigger following. Unless you have a big following, she's not gonna give you a shout out. She'll just suck the blood out of you and go away.
Yeah.
So you think ANISA is the one calling the shots, though?
Oh, 100%.
I do, but it is also Ian that allows it to happen.
He enjoys it. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Wow.
He enjoys it. He enjoys being dumb. He enjoys being castrated and cocked and being made to be pegged. He loves it.
Another kill shot.
Oh, he enjoys being cocked. She's the best. Look at her. Go off, Queen.
Enjoys it. We used to feel sorry for him.
I did.
Yeah, we both did. We both did. Michael felt sorry for him up until CC2. After CC1, I cut that shit off because I was like, you know what? She's a fucking liar and he's a liar and he enjoys all the punishment that she gives him.
Yeah.
So let it be.
She said that after she did that first interview. And I'm always like, I always want the best for my clients. So I'm like, no, that's not true.
Yeah.
Things are going to work out. They're going to give me a shout out. He's going to make this documentary, like all these. And she's like, they're never going to give you the credit, you know? And I was always like, oh, well, and in my mind, I'm like, no, like I love Ian. I trust Ian. I feel like Ian's the
People are warning him. People are going behind the scenes like, listen, you're going to get f***ed. They're like, no, there's no way.
like my best interest out.
Yeah, no, I believe
Part too. But then he didn't. The time that I actually was finally fully fed up was when I had to ask them about the gala, and we were already in Florida. And I'm like, this is the last straw. Like, you don't even, she's like, you guys don't have to be there. She was practically telling us she didn't want us
disrespectful.
there. Crazy.
Disrespectful.
For no reason.
And the reason why, I also want to say the reason why, like, Michael and I, we were waiting for them to tell us about the gala, but they never did. So they waited so long. We got to Florida. We're 2 weeks away from the event, and they still haven't said anything.
Oh, wait. So they know there's a gala, and she's like, let's see when they mention it to us. Don't bring it up. We'll see. That's great. That's awesome.
To us. And at this time, all of Ian's sparring partners, there was probably like 4 or 5 of them that flew out. It is. Or I think 6 of them.
Emma in chat goes, the help aren't invited. And that's how they view it. They view these people as the help, their employees, their servants. They view them as a different class of people than Hassan and the other influencers that are the important people, right? Which is a pretty disgusting way to view things.
Flew out from Washington, paid for their own flights, their own hotel, and they're all coming there to support Ian. And they all have been helping Ian throughout his fight camp, right? And so they're asking us about the gala. We don't know about it. So we were afraid that if all his teammates showed up, they might not be able to get into the gala. How embarrassing would that be if his teammates are not able to get into the gala because she doesn't want them to be a part of it? Also, so that's why we asked her directly, and that's when she told us about the negative 500K. Wow. That's when she told us about why would we want to be there. Yeah. It made no sense.
Also, all of his sparring partners paid for themselves to be there.
Correct.
No, nobody.
It's over.
What a scum
fucking piece of shit.
So just to recap, Denims gets paid for, Hassan Frogan gets paid
300 people.
Froggy Tonic, 300 people get paid for, but Ian's dad doesn't get paid for, and his sparring partners don't get paid for either. Okay.
Buddy, the sparring partners are there to help you learn, and they could practice themselves. They're getting punched. There's like a connection there when you're fighting with someone.
It's messed up.
Right? And then what?
Like they would give them tickets to the event, but they didn't help anybody else.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty.
All right, we gotta
get there. That was a part of his team, other than Kate and I. So otherwise, like none of the like. If you're throwing the event and you have all these sparring partners and training partners, I would think you would invite them before like 300 creators that don't mean anything to you.
100%. Yeah. You gotta think about the time that when they're sparring, you know, all the his teammates that volunteer their time, they're sparring for free. They're taking time from their work, their family to come and contribute. They don't do this because, they're obsessed with Ian. They do this because they have loyalty to me and Michael and how we have helped them. And that's why they show up to spar with Ian. And all he does is look the other way when ANISA says and invite them. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. It's disgusting. All we have to show is our hard work. And there's no way that I'm going to let Ian and ANISA take that away from us.
That's crazy. What do you make of the... Oh, go ahead, Arlie.
Did you guys hear anything or know about how they chose the performers for the gala? The people that they there was a couple performers there that
go to 1.5.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Guys, we're gonna do 1.5 now. We have an hour left to make it to the final part. And we got
we have about 2 hours and 20 minutes, so it's tough.
Let's. If you guys had any insight on who they were or what the connection was,
the comedians or who you
comedian and singer.
Right.
So there's this comedian that was allegedly paid $20,000 or something.
Yeah. So for the first event, we were a part of like a lot of those decisions. But for the second event, like I said, they kept us in the dark about the gala. Really, like it was my main responsibility to help with Ian's training, but also make sure like everybody else had legit coaches and help because for the first event, I helped train a lot of the people. I probably helped train like 90% of the people.
Like Eric came to Washington for 2 weeks too.
Wow.
So
another thing that he trains 90% of the people, but doesn't get any of the bonus money.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Amazing stuff, Ian.
Yeah.
So empathetic. So charitable.
Yeah, he's fucking training everyone. Everyone.
Like comment etiquette Eric, like I love that guy, but he only was able to train for the last 17 days of the fight because he was originally supposed to fight Chad, I believe, but then when Chad backed out, they were like, oh, we need to find somebody, and so they found DJ Welch, and I thought they told us he was out of shape. And
that guy's a monster. By the way, super nice guy. That guy's great. Both of those guys are amazing dudes. Yeah.
He was great. But imagine someone telling you this guy has no experience. That's why Eric and him had headgear on. And that was another thing I got blamed for. They're like, look at how bad this coach is. Look at Eric. I'm like, dude, I had 17 days. Me and Eric just tried to make it fun because the whole time he was like, DJ's out of shape. DJ, we're just going to have fun. Man, DJ came out and whooped his ass. I was like,
oh, don't worry. This guy's weak. He'll be fine. But he comes out jacked like a fucking...
He's jacked. He's like actually jacked.
This is not fair at all. And DJ fought formerly. Well, he's been training MMA for a very long time. Yeah.
Oh, he's a fighter too?
Yeah.
So what is that? Are they lying to you guys on purpose?
Right.
I don't know.
So they were like, well, they didn't even tell us really any of that stuff because a lot of it they like tried to find on their own when it was last minute stuff. So for example, like when Matt fought Dad, like they almost canceled that like 20 times because Matt was never training for the event.
That's so interesting. That's crazy. I would have never known watching it.
Well, what happened too? I almost don't blame Matt, except like Ryan found a good coach, right? So I don't know why Matt couldn't have. But Matt's coach would tell him that they just want to do all this pad work, this like random pad work, and then they would say, but don't do any road work, don't run at all. And then when they found out that it was a real event and there was going to be 10,000 people there, they disappeared.
What did they disappeared?
Disappeared on him. Just disappeared on him. Like they were taking all of his money until they found out it was a real event. I think a lot of people were shocked that it was a real event because like we were going to these places like with no clue of what we were going to have happen. So we're like, hey, this is what's so crazy is like he could have told the story if he would have been proud of it. Like the story was amazing. We're going to these boxing gyms in LA and all over the place. And we're like, hey, we want to throw a YouTube boxing event. They're like, where? We're like, we don't know. They're like, when? We're like, we don't know, but we're going to do it. And they were like, get out of here. You know, it was like, it made no sense. And so I was almost like, hey guys, maybe we should let me talk to some of these people before, because like they would just have these awkward ass conversations in all these boxing gyms. And but so a lot of the people that ended up getting hired, like I don't know if Lucky even thought it was a real event when he was training AB, or they didn't know how big it was going to be. You know,
right? Well, AB knows. Oh, did you know? I don't know.
My gym, like they wild card, they don't fuck around. Like that. Supposedly, they even kicked Jake Paul out before. Like they're very serious about boxing. I don't think they care like how big the event was. Yeah, I think even Ian like added Wale on Instagram. I don't think Wale followed him back. Like, he's like, I don't know that motherfucker. So I mean, he likes
that guy
Ian,
is something else.
Yeah, he's not in it for any clout.
Holy shit! Now I want to ask you something. It's alleged by ANISA.
All right, hold on. Let's hit play here. All right, let's go.
ANISA herself that Ian has both bad breath and shits in his pants frequently. Do you have any data on that?
This is great. This is great. Bring it to one time.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Close proximity with him. No.
So, I don't want to just talk shit about him, but like there would be times, for example, before the first event, where he was talking about getting tonsil stones. Yeah. And he was saying he was going to get strep throat because he had tonsil stones. Ew. And I said, Ian, tonsil stones don't cause strep throat. Tonsil stones are because you're not brushing your fucking teeth. And so he was like, oh, okay, hygiene. And I'm like, yeah, fool, like you need to brush your teeth and you like.
Wait, hold on. That shouldn't be something you need to hear from your boxing.
Brush your teeth.
His boxing coach is telling him to brush his teeth.
Come on.
Suffer, Adams. Suffer. Stinky.
Brush your teeth.
It gets worse.
Tonsil stones. That's
disgusting. See, that's knowledge he should have come to you with.
Yeah. He was worried about getting sick. Like, so, yeah.
Was it Career Clash 1 or 2 where ANISA sent us, it was the day of training for one of the CC 1 or 2, I can't remember which one. And she sent us a photo of his tongue. And she said, I think he might have like bad breath and it's causing.
Wait, she said tonsil stuff.
Hold on. Go back. Why did she send you a picture of his
thrush tongue?
They thought it would show us that.
I never even heard of tonsil stones.
He had mouth aids
till this podcast, by the way.
He was gonna get strep throat.
Yeah, so he couldn't.
Yeah, well,
I never heard of it until today either.
I searched it. It's disgusting. Don't search it.
Is it?
Before the event.
Pull it up?
And it can happen if you train too hard before an event. You run your immune system down, so then you can get sick. But we weren't training too hard for him to get sick.
Yeah.
I can't show that on screen, bro.
Oh my god,
it's disgusting. Yeah, search it. Oh,
they wanted him to gain weight, and I kept telling him, like, there's ways we can gain weight right before weigh-ins. I want you at like a healthy weight.
This is crazy. For them to know all of these horrible like white marks in the back of the mouth. just like a disgusting fungus that's forming in the back of his mouth.
Yeah, from not brushing.
Let's
your
have a look.
teeth.
This is what iDUBBBZ had in his mouth, chat.
So it's like
Go to the second row, the third one over. That's
third one in this one, or
from
this
the
one?
other. Look at that! Look at that, chat. That's what was in iDUBBBZ's mouth.
Okay.
Whoa,
Okay.
buddy.
Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ.
Because they wanted him to be 188 for the Dr. Mike fight. So the Sunday before the fight, Anisa makes him eat all this shitty food. So the Monday before the fight, he couldn't even do 2 rounds of pads in the ring without almost throwing up. So I'm fucking pissed. I'm like, what the hell? Like, why are you doing this? I was like, I was telling you, if you're 188 or 180.
Anisa sabotaged her husband before the fight, making him eat all sorts of junk food and pizza to gain weight. Meanwhile, all he needed to do was just drink fucking Gatorades to make the weight.
Yeah, actually.
But you drink like a couple Gatorades. A Gatorade is 32 ounces, which is 2 pounds. I'm like, just drink 2 or 3 Gatorades right before weigh-ins.
Yeah.
And you'll gain like 4 or 5 pounds, and then you'll be 185. But instead, she was like, no, he needs to eat all this shitty food. Yeah. So they were feeding him all bunch of shit. And that's why when he weighed in with Dr. Mike, he was like grabbing his belly. And I'm like, bro, that's embarrassing for me.
Yeah, you're making us
I'm
look
your fucking
bad.
coach, and you're in there with a belly up there. Like, it's one thing to have gained the weight and be like, oh, I gained weight. But it's another thing to be like the day before the fight grabbing your belly. And it's because you fucking ate a bunch of bad food.
Yeah, they would
like,
be at Denny's all the time. And then he would.
Denny's.
This is what's powering your boxing training is Denny's. Like the lowest, low down, dirty slop, like only above Waffle House, for fuck's sake.
Remember how
Lower
I made
than
weight?
IHOP.
Remember how I made weight?
I remember. Yeah, we fucked up with that. We were getting you on the Baconator special.
No. At the end, I was 174 before weigh-in, and I drank the fucking gallon of water.
Yes.
I'm being weighed, like almost pissing myself. I'm like, I'm gonna piss myself. Oh my god, wait. Hey, bye guys, bye. And I just like fucking ran.
This is something. This is important. I'm accused all the time of people say that they see me in Denny's farting. They say that about me, and I want them to. I never go to Denny's. Huh? I never go out to Denny's. But Ian's the one who's actually shitting his pants at Denny's.
Yep.
Yes. The meeting that we had right after Alex Ernst's fight, sparring session was at Denny's.
Yeah.
Say that again. I'm sorry. Say that again.
The meeting that we had to have with Ina and Nisa after the sparring session with Alex Stearns was at Denny's.
What did they eat at?
Kick just tweeted this. It's pretty funny. He just tweeted, "Wake up,
wake up, Ian! Wake up!"
I'm pretty sure because everyone's watching this right now.
Oh,
Denny's,
man!
Kick just tweeted, "Wake up!"
Order.
Wake up!
Just like disgusting.
But she loved it because she used to work there back in the day.
Wake up,
and I was, in my mind, I'm like, Ian, you're a fucking millionaire. Why are you eating at Denny's all the time? Like, stop it.
By the way, the Gun Ranger has gifted 46 subs. Let's go. Let's get some subs.
Also,
He's allegedly. I've heard Hila noticed this, and
this is the best.
I guess Anisa also confirmed that he is very cheap.
Thank you, Gun Ranger.
He's cheap.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't experience that. Like, he was always good to me, but at the same time, except for the fact he would never help promote me.
I could say that I wonder if like this is a good example, but like for example, when Michael trains Ian, he charges $100 an hour, but Anisa would always want to be trained at the same time, so Michael is training both of them for $100 an hour. And I would always tell Michael, like, you're training both of them. You should charge each one of them $100 an hour.
I like how, by the way, he's like, well, he was good to me. She's like, no, hang on.
He scammed us this whole time, is what she's saying. And by the way, these guys talk about how they're socialists, champions of the working man, making sure everybody gets paid fairly. And then here they are taking advantage of this husband and wife, doing twice the labor for half the fucking pay. It's crazy.
Yeah. Thank you to Say Me Lady for that sub. Appreciate you.
I like the dog for the 5-pack. Let's go.
Let's go.
And I feel bad asking, so let's just do it for now because we're gonna get a bonus one day.
Yeah.
And in boxing, if you do bring two people within that one same hour, you do pay more.
I mean, that's not just boxing.
That's everything.
Yeah, thank you. And that's how it should always be. But for them, I was always like, whatever. Like, I would, once again, I always wanted the best for Ian. I always wanted the best. I was like, oh, this is why I like. He didn't want the best for himself.
He was
so it was
too
really
nice.
hard for me to want the best for him when he didn't.
He was too.
Oh,
want to
that's
train.
brutal. What a
Yeah.
thing to say. I wanted the best for him, but he didn't want the best for himself.
Now, do you have any commentary about his potential body odor?
Here
I
it
say
comes.
it's true. I smell all the time. It's horrible. A good example is this. 'Cause Michael's so nice and doesn't want to say it, but here's the thing: when we're in fight camp,
Smelled it
he
all
does.
the time. She smelled it all the time.
Proggy
And-
Fresh's wife,
Oh!
by the way, vindicated, complete. Well, not vindicated. We all believed it, but confirmed, right?
He stinks. Yes. Yes.
Right. It's not like, oh, he smelled a couple times, you know.
No,
oh,
it
yeah,
was
it's
all the time. Get ready for this story. It's
best
crazy.
story ever.
This
Best
is the
story
best
ever.
one.
Yeah.
Does 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the evening. Okay.
For the first fight he did. Well,
Yeah,
for
well,
the
if you-
first part of the
yeah,
first fight, not
yeah.
for the actual camp.
Correct.
During the camp was when he cut out his 2 days. And that was the most important time to be doing 2 days.
Yes. So he would smell so bad that when he comes back in the afternoon to train, he doesn't shower in between his sessions. And
He
so
doesn't
like the coaches
shower!
that are training other, members there would just like look at us with the weirdest face, like a stink face. And then Michael would try to take Ian to the corner where there's not a lot of members of the
He had
gym, so they don't have to smell
Bro,
it.
I tried
pause.
to take
So
it to the
that-
open
He
door.
had to go to the cock corner of the gym because he smelled so bad. And they had to train him in a segregated corner away from the other fighters where they had the door of the gym open in the corner because he stunk out the whole gym.
He went for the training, went home, didn't shower.
Didn't shower.
That's disgusting.
What's wrong with him?
Going back
Like,
for a second.
Listen, I can understand not wanting to shower at like the public shower because it's kind of gross or whatever.
Yeah.
But when you go all the way home and you still don't fucking shower, like what the fuck,
That's
bro?
crazy, dude. Crazy.
Doorway.
Yeah. So that does happen. I'm not lying. It's true. He doesn't shower.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't shower.
Okay.
He doesn't
this is
brush
bad.
his teeth and he doesn't shower. Oh,
Yeah.
I just didn't understand why she
It's
wouldn't.
not even like, oh, he missed a
Oh,
few days.
man.
It's just, he never, ever showered.
this woman's
Helen.
my fucking queen,
She's the
bro.
be-
Like,
she's
God
killing it.
bless her. God bless her.
I'm like, what is going on here?
So and also,
She tells the audience. She humiliates him to
In her Discord,
Yeah.
she's fine releasing everything, but she won't talk to him about it. I'm just like, what the hell?
In Discord, she tells everyone everything, but not
She's
him.
telling everybody in Discord he doesn't shower. That's brutal.
yeah, and
Like, I didn't
Hold
feel
on,
like it was
guys.
my
I got to
place.
sit on that for a sec. He stunk up the gym so bad you had to move him away from people.
yes.
Okay.
Yes, to confirm it.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
hold on. Hold on. Oh man, this is the best.
Hold on. Let
Yeah.
me just sit with that.
0.5 hotter, as if like he fucking his breath didn't stink all
So
the time.
happy. He's so happy.
Crying in tears of happiness.
Yeah.
Another question. I heard that Anisa was talking shit about me and us even before Creator Clash 1.
Yeah, she had said like I forget what she said but she had said that she didn't like associating with you guys for some reason.
What?
But then like you had been doing better or soming, so they were happy to go on your show. It was it was vague, but
She
because
said
she would
she was
talk,
crazy
she would
right
kind of
up.
talk poorly
Jewish.
about a lot of different people, so it was easy to just lose track of it. But yeah, she definitely had mentioned like something about you and Hila and like, or maybe it was just you, but somebody had done something that had offended her at one point.
I'm
so
sure.
She thought, so she felt like you guys weren't like good people or something. But then once you could do their show, but she loved AB and Lena. She always loved them. Yeah.
She would. So here's
There
the
you
thing.
go. Who doesn't love AB and Lena? To be
Yeah.
fair.
Good question.
To be fair, right? Who doesn't love AB and Lena?
Yeah, she wanted to get her Lebanese credit, so that's why she like loves so much.
She's trying to get her Lebanese
So
credit.
this wasn't because H3s, like the CPS thing at all.
No, it was just that he was Jewish.
And they were waiting. They were waiting for anything, like an excuse. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He would always he would be like,
planned.
they're Muslim and I'm Muslim.
Yeah,
and I was like, everything you do is wrong. Like nothing you do is.
You're not
everything you do is haram, Anisa. You are not Muslim in any way. Ooh, here it comes.
I have Muslim fighters.
Yes.
They pray 5 times a day. They
don't touch women.
Like
their wife.
They're a couple of them are from Dagestan, right? And in Dagestan, you're not allowed to shake a woman's hand. Like, but they put their hand on. They're very respectful, right? But it's just a totally different mindset. So then when I hear, and I have other Muslim fighters that maybe don't pray 5 times a day, but they still like they'll try to eat halal when they can. They have like a lot more. They have a different moral compass. So, for example, she would always talk about how America is this horrible place and Americans are like so bad, especially like white.
Like just having to deal with this bitch. Like she's just so insufferable. She's always complaining about Sam Hyde and the internet
in
and
America,
talking bad about America. It's like, listen, I'm here to train your husband how to box. Like, you shut the up.
Buddy, this is
white Christian male Americans.
Get out of here.
White Christian male Americans.
And
why? What is her problem?
And then, but somehow I'm like, have you ever been to a Muslim country, Anisa? Like, and then
this is wild what she says.
Obviously, she hasn't. So to me, it was just there was this big disconnect between reality. So, example, before the first or second creator clash, she said we have 300 creators in the event. And I said, oh, who are they? And she said, it's mostly communists and sex workers. Yeah. And so I was just super confused
she
by
said
that. Yes.
I've heard this set. Okay, so hold on.
That's brilliant. As we all know, communists and sex workers really like combat sports like boxing and UFC. They're the prime demographic, right?
Imagine saying that unironically to someone.
Oh, man.
I've said before that it was Twitch streamer. Oh, this is so telling. Publicly, she said it's Twitch streamers and stars. Yeah. Right? Is that what she said, AB?
Yeah.
Boxing and sex work.
Boxing and sex work. But that's
what Ian said about
behind
the
scenes. They're saying communists and sex workers. Which, by the way, I've been holding on to this image since you mentioned. Since you mentioned the Getty, that they flew the Getty images in, the only one I've seen is this guy. This is Froggy Tonic.
Froggy!
And he showed up here.
Whoa,
I think he mistook the event for...
Froggy never did anything wrong!
For some kind of communist gathering. I mean, what a fucking weirdo, dude. This is the guy that...
Did you guys see the
madness in his face? That guy is mad.
I was thinking like...
I was like, oh no, like here it's going to come, like Hundar might finish him. And then instead he dropped him back. And I was just like, this is the craziest event I've ever been a part of in my entire life. Like I was having the time of my life. I was like, this is insane.
It's funny because I did say a comment about how it's funny how they show up when they need something from me, which is for me to promote their fight.
Yeah.
And he got all incredulous about that. He's like, oh, really? I don't need anything from you, Ethan. And I'm like, well, how's the Creator Clash 3 going?
Right. Well, that's probably like an ego thing, or it makes no sense to me because once again, I was a part of all that, and he would never put out training footage. He would barely ever promote it.
That's what's crazy.
You would actually be like, "Hey guys."
He never promoted it. Never put out training footage. Nobody involved in it would ever promote it, and then they're surprised that it's a failure.
Yeah.
Creator Clash 3, AB's on it. He's training. Lena's training for this.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time.
So you guys would talk about it way more than he would.
Also,
he would never put anything.
I want to say that like after Michael and I came to LA to go on your podcast, right, with Ian and Anisa, I clearly remember that when we came back from that event, I put up the reel of Matt and Ryan, right, working with Michael, and then Ian texted me right away, and he was like, "Hey Kate, just so you know, you shouldn't put out content without confirming with me first because."
That's
this
crazy,
guy posts.
bro.
Oh my god! So you don't post any content.
And instead of actually encouraging people to promote it and post content, they discouraged and scolded them for promoting the event.
Very sensitive to their image, like me, and so therefore, before you share anything, you need to let me and Anisa know. And I just thought, okay, so I'm just going to do the kind of work and not never share it. How's the thing?
I'm sure. By the way, I am sure that you said you were training. It was footage of you training with Dad.
No, it was Matt and
Super Mega.
Yeah, Super Mega.
I am sure that none of those people, he didn't mind doing that.
Oh, no.
No, he actually accepted the collaboration, and it had 2
Oh, he accepted the collaboration?
Yes.
So it sounds like a win-win, wholesome post.
Yeah.
It should have been. But that was when I realized, I was like, he doesn't want me to get anything.
He consents. The camera person consents. But you forgot to ask Anisa.
Yeah.
Any like clout from this event whatsoever, even though I'm the one putting in work with.
So why is that? Why would he call you
her.
and seemingly be like, you shouldn't post, I don't want to see you posting stuff without my permission?
It's just
that had nothing to do with him, by the way.
Anisa would always say, because I want to kind of post some stuff too, and Anisa would be like, yeah, Ian's really private. He doesn't want people to see this part of his life or this stuff. So we were like, so I just respected that. I was like, okay, he's a private guy, so he's not going to.
You know what's funny? He's going to become even more private based on the views on his last video. He's gonna be living a real private life soon.
I got a question. Just following up. So Froggy Tonic was flown in.
This is so good.
To film Anisa and just give her the credit of putting on the event and all that, and they still did nothing with that footage or the footage you guys had as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So and I think
because it failed.
No, go ahead. Go.
I think that because I think for the first fight it could have made a great documentary, but I think for the second one they were scared to put out that Anisa did all this work because it failed so badly. When he did his charity, charity stream, or not, I won't even call it charity. When he did his fundraiser stream, because it wasn't charity, it was fundraiser. So when he did his fundraiser stream, I don't even think she was really a part of it, and it was like. A lot of this thing failed because you were the person in charge. But now when Ian has to make up for it, she was nowhere to be found. And he was like doing embarrassing things. As a boxing coach, you don't want to see your client doing those things under those circumstances. You know,
keep the self-respect up.
Literally, because that's on my. And once again, that's what I was telling him. I was like, a lot of what you do reflects my brand.
Putting on makeup? What the?
I don't want to see my fighter putting on makeup.
So when he attacked you, all of a sudden I start getting all these messages on all my stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why am I getting all this? Like, one, we were getting views again on some of the like old, because I haven't put anything on YouTube for a long time, and all of a sudden I had a video of us at the AM of the Creator Clash, and all of a sudden there's just all these bad comments on it, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I find out, and that's when we find out that he created the drama with you, and that's when we found out all these other things, and that's why we were like, I'm gonna get my side of the story out there, because one, I'm not affiliated with him unless, like, except for training that 10 months the first time and the 4 or 5 months the second time. Otherwise, like, we have no affiliation. Yeah. We'd invite him to Thanksgiving dinner. He came once. Like when I went to LA,
Thanksgiving dinner at your house.
I needed turkey for my first time, and it was a special Thanksgiving because
you had turkey for the first time.
Yeah,
what have you been waiting for? Oh, you made it. You made it.
So I made the turkey for the first time. It was a super special Thanksgiving because Michael and I had just moved in together. We decided that we were going to get married. And not only that, but Michael's dad passed, And so that Thanksgiving was super special. I've never made a turkey my entire life. I put it together. I figured it out. We live in a small 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment, and I had to go buy extra tables and chairs. So there'd be room for me, Michael, my 2 sons, and my friend, and Ian and Anisa to sit. And we went out of our way to do all this for them. And they just treat us like we're just, I don't know, gone with the wind.
Yeah.
They're getting married. They just moved in. His dad just died. And they treat them like dirt.
So, but what I was saying about that was like, I would invite them out to do stuff and almost never get a response. And then when I was in LA, like I hit up AB and he's like, yeah, let's go out to dinner. And I'm
AB's such a good guy.
Yeah. I'm like, so AB's willing to go out to dinner.
But baby likes you. I think he wanted to spend time with you.
Yeah, but my own fighter didn't, and it broke my heart all the time because so there's a coach named like Mike Quick Flores, and he's amazing, and his fighters loved him. They helped him start a damn YouTube channel. They bought him cameras. They helped him start a YouTube channel. They did all this stuff for him. And like one of his fighters was like James Odwin's out. That got knocked out in like freaking 30 seconds, and he still loves training with the coach. So I'm like, how does somebody that get knocked out in 30 seconds have such a close relationship with his coach? And I like went to hell with Ian, and we have no relationship.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I got punched out of the ring, and that never happens. And I love my boxing coach.
Yeah,
that was pretty awesome, by the way, Harley. That was a great moment.
That was one of the best parts of it for me. Was
no, that wasn't me. I was 27 seconds.
Harley AB, but also like networking with those coaches, right? Like Harley's coach Jesse Thompson is amazing. Like he's an amazing guy. He's amazing. He's amazing father.
Yes.
All the coaches that we work with there, Coach Rick at his gym in Florida, like we love them like they were our Florida family. But then Ian and Anisa would just kind of use them. They didn't even know whose promoter's license we used until like 2 weeks before the second event.
Yes. So I told her while the promoter was there, because that's actually his gym that we're training out of, right? He's part owner. And so I told Anisa that that's actually Ryan Ricky. He's actually the fight promoter. We're using his license to throw events in Florida, And she was like, oh my gosh, really? How did I miss this the first time around? And I'm just like, I don't know, maybe because you don't care about anybody that doesn't have a huge following. And so right away she went and followed him and started tagging him. It's just ridiculous. So
we were like, how did you? Because they didn't want to take time to get to know the boxing community.
Yeah.
She acted like she was better than the boxing community.
Yes.
We were in a boxing gym called Top Rank one time, and there was a guy named Jay Prince who was like a manager for Floyd Mayweather, manager for Andre Ward, and all these very high level boxers. So for me, that's a big deal. And the owner of the gym was kind enough to introduce us, and she was like, no, I don't want to meet him. Ian's tired. You don't want to meet him.
Yeah, I don't want to meet him.
Oh man. They really think that they're God's gift to the world and they're better than evereverody else. Sick.
I'm at a normal speed here. I think they're going to talk about the music soon.
And because of what?
Yeah.
Ian was tired.
Yes.
She would tell Ian when he was tired. One time we ended up sparring, and afterwards everybody's
brutal. I just like let that sink in. she would tell Ian when he was tired. And later on here in a second, they're going to say she would tell Ian when he was hungry and would force feed him food, telling him he is hungry even when he isn't. Yeah. So Anissa like just puppeteers. She's the puppet master. Ian's the little puppet who does as he's told. He just has no fucking autonomy whatsoever. Like he's just completely a slave to Anissa.
Yeah, let's see
hanging out, and she walks up to Ian and she goes, "You're hungry."
Yes.
And then so they had to leave because Ian was
You're hungry.
You're hungry, so we have to leave. You're tired, so we have to leave.
So she tells Ian when he was hungry. We're like, what the hell?
So like, this is something, by the way, like women will do, or lots of people do this, maybe irrespective of gender, where they'll say, "Oh, I'm hungry" or "I'm tired" to get out of something.
Yeah.
But Anissa would force her husband to say that. She wouldn't even bite the bullet of making it her fault. She would tell Ian and he would have to take the fall for it. Like, that's...
What is...
So embarrassing.
Do you think that he walks around in a gimp suit at their home?
Yes!
No, I genuinely wonder. You know, does he just sit there? Does he sit there as a chair in a gimp leather suit and she just sits on him? I mean, where does this go? By the way, there's this clip here I want to watch.
Whip.
I've been having it on standby. It's when you referenced the toxic masculinity comment aimed towards you.
There it is.
Oh, you don't have time or energy to do anything other than boxing. There's just like a lot of things that I've had to learn along the way. Like my coach is a tough ass guy. You know, he's got a little of the toxic male qualities, and it's made it hard sometimes because.
Shut the f up. Dude.
Thank you. Ethan's fucking based in this, guys.
Yeah,
like,
he's on point during this show. This show, he was on point. Yeah.
Buddy.
Like, I don't understand. You were literally made videos with Filthy Frank, okay? And now you're like,
the truth.
I can't. He was a little toxic, and it made it hard for me. It's like, shut the f up, dude. Yeah. And by the way, compared to all the other coaches that I know, you came off seeming like super nice and like not pushy. Yeah.
I know how to be soft with certain people, and then I'll be harder with other people. But if they can't, the sport's already so hard to begin with. This is one of the things I've been involved in fighting for over 25 years. So the sport is so hard to begin with that if you're getting more shit from your coach than you can handle, you're going to have a bad performance, right? So each person you have to treat so differently. So some of my fighters might need me to yell at them, slap them before the event, and really like get to a different kind of savagery. And then other people are very soft, and so you kind of most of Ian is the softest, but
the fighter you've ever trained.
The softest.
He's soft. He's the softest.
Oh my God.
Is he the softest fighter you've ever worked with?
Well, he hated boxing.
Yeah, but not only that, every single time we had a session, it would have to follow up with a therapy session with him and Anissa.
Every boxing training session had to have a therapy session afterwards.
With Anissa too.
Yeah, with Anissa.
Holy.
Frustrating is that I was depressed after every single creator clash because of all.
I was depressed after every creator clash.
Therapy. You always have to comply.
Did you see there? The guy was searching for a second. He's like, "Damn, my wife's harsh."
Yeah,
man.
He's like, "Damn,
like fuck, my wife's a real dragon lady. She's going in hard.
Damn, babe,
hard in the motherfucking paint, dude."
Otherwise, it was going to be a shit show.
Other fighters fight, like, even if they have nerves or they're scared before a fight or something, they'll fight because they want to and they love it. Especially as an amateur, you're not getting paid, you're losing money. Even like low-level pros, you lose money working with low-level pros. You're traveling, you're doing all these things that the expenses aren't covered. So they have to love it. They have to fucking love the sport. And if you don't love it, it's very hard to do. Like, that's why I commend Harley and AB, because, man, they were part of freaking more than one event, and they have actual jobs. You know, it's like, what the hell? That's crazy. So to me, why wouldn't I show those guys all the love in the world? Because they're putting themselves out there when they don't have to. Also, there's a lot of risk when you go out to fight.
Right. This is not what podcasts are.
Dude, please. That's only because they're talking about you. It's so obvious. Sorry, guys. He keeps interrupting. Let me continue this clip.
Male qualities. And it's made it hard sometimes because, you know, the way he talks to me sometimes, I could be a little bit sensitive to it. So that led to a couple times where I've just been like kind of broke down. If you have like a bad sparring session.
He broke down in tears in front of his coach because he was a sensitive Sally.
It's like that alone feels bad. But if you're getting your shit kicked in and your coach is like exuding their disappointment to you the whole time while it's happening. It's like, I just kind of suck. He's gotten a lot better at it, and it's really not his fault.
I would do planks while my coach kicked me in the ribs.
Oh man!
And if I fell, I had to restart the time that I had to do.
It didn't even do us any good.
No. I mean, it was intense. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Fault. Like that's literal. And Anissa's told me that she's like, that is the most normal thing. Right? You're not gonna find a coach that's gonna take care of your feelings, bitch. Like, and I'm like, okay.
That's the biggest irony of all is that apparently, and you confirmed that she was consistently the meanest person to him.
Yeah. But also, like, in defense for her there, she did stick up for me in that scenario, right? Yeah. So there was times, but also I didn't know if she was sticking up for me because they liked me as a coach or because she knew I was one of the only people that would take their shit.
Nobody else would train him. Nobody else.
They couldn't have gone to, like, I can guarantee you, AB's coach would not have allowed Anisa to come into the gym with her attitude or want to change the music at the gym.
Don't tell me that. One time she came and tried to put on
bring it to one time speed. This is crazy.
This is fucking nuts.
Music, right?
Yeah, and then we got into it because
they got into a tiff because she wanted to change the music. Go ahead, please. Yeah. So what song was it?
Oh man, I would have to look it back up because I was actually in shock because some of the songs, even if you like that kind of music, because it was maybe some like indie punk rock music.
It was dark.
But what was just weird, and so not gym music at all. So I was just like, hey, I was trying to tell her that because one of the other coaches was like, hey,
it's an entire gym of tons of people, not just them.
Like a massive 5,000 square foot gym with like hundreds of people in it. Right. And she's taken over the entire speaker system to blast Billie Eilish and Miley Cyrus in the gym.
Now, because she was playing the music
after
at the
1
gym.
hour.
But she shouldn't have even been on the aux in the first place. Like, you shouldn't be at somebody else's gym and then hop on their speaker.
That's crazy. So, like, who does she think she is? Like, these delusions of grandeur that they're the main characters. Everything revolves around them. Everybody should just be lucky to even be breathing the same oxygen as them. It's just so presumptuous to go in and do that and act as though, oh yeah, I'm just entitled to do this.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's actually crazy. I mean, may I play one song, please? Or something like that.
She never heard of fucking headphones. She could have listened to whatever music she wanted, but it's about power. It's about control.
Yeah.
It's about her going in and forcing everyone else to listen to her music. She's just a freak like that.
Well, she is the main character now. But like,
and then one of the coaches was like, "Hey,
you ordered, Anisa."
Yeah,
is this the attention they wanted? I don't think so.
Take you off now, and she was like, "Oh, like offended by it." And then I made the mistake of being like, "Well, that wasn't really gym music," and she was like, "He doesn't play gym music." And then I said, "Well, it was kind of emo," and then she said, "What's that?"
Hooba stank.
Yeah. She said,
"Was it Evanescence?"
Yeah, she said the other guy plays emo music, and then after that, I said, "Well, it was kind of like 12-year-old girl emo music." And then
red jumpsuit apparatus.
Stop, Anisa! You were playing emo music for 12-year-old girls. Look at the wife. She is just dying. She's dying. That's so keto. Oh man! Look at DJ Ray 1967 for 25 subs. Huge support. Huge support. In 7 minutes, we're gonna do Freebird. It'll be a shorter Freebird, and then we'll be back.
This is funny.
Oh no! It's not. That's their theme song now. This isn't a dream. It's a nightmare.
I didn't even mean to.
I probably went too far.
That's not mean. I like to real girl music sometimes.
I mean, in the right moment.
In the right moment, sure, yeah.
It's not fair to all the other gym members that they have to listen to her music. By the way, This is a very big gym. I think it's like how many square feet? 4,000?
4,000.
4,000 to 5,000 square feet, okay? And there's multiple facilities inside this gym. There's a Fit Bar Cafe. There's a physical therapist office inside that gym. The SeaWorld is also trained out of
Everybody at the cafe has to listen to Anisa's music. Everybody at the physical therapist office having to listen to Anisa's music. This is crazy.
Insane.
At gym, okay, they used to, but so other people use this space, and she just wants to control the music. That's so unprofessional. It's not allowed, and it's not fair to the other members.
So she got
we
mad.
don't allow somebody else to do that.
Yeah, no, but I don't allow my other fighters to come in. And
no, that's insane. Who the fuck changes the music for the whole ass gym?
Well, she did, and then and then she threw a fit about it and cried about it, and we had to I had to talk to her about it the next day.
So wait, what happened? Tell me.
She cried. She cried about it. She threw a tantrum that she wasn't allowed to control the gym music where all the paying customers are and other working professionals. That's crazy, dude.
It's crazy.
We got Mr. Quasterhopper for 5 subs. He wasn't a believer in this segment. I think he turned around on it, though. I think he's enjoying it now.
I told you, Quasterhopper. Smoking homebrew for a sub. Thank you.
We were supposed to actually do her pad session, but then she left.
She cried.
And she had to go up to her car.
Yeah, she cried. She cried. She cried. She couldn't play her own music. That's crazy levels of delusional and entitled. She is a fucking full-on narcissist. That's wild.
She's fucking felt.
I don't want to talk about how her feelings, but anyway, so
he's like, I don't want.
Listen, wife, like chill out. He's like, listen, wifey, she's a fucking queen. She's going.
She's
off.
the MVP here. She is.
Yeah, so she was super offended. So then the next day, what had happened was the next day they came in and they told my wife that they don't know how she could date me because I don't respect women. And
what?
What?
That's so. So they're trying to sabotage the coach's relationship because ANISA wasn't allowed to play her playlist for the entire gym. Apparently that's being disrespectful to women, to not just allow like this random person to come in and act like she owns the place.
I'm gonna fucking
Holy shit, ANISA. What is wrong with you, bitch?
How did she expect your wife, Kate, to react to that?
I have no idea.
What an insane thing.
Well, to break up with him.
I'm pretty sure I would, if I had to ask you if you thought Michael respected women, you would probably say yes, considering you're married to him.
But all of it
not in combat.
This incel thing, feminist thing, it's crazy. Which, by the way, Anisa's not going to be able to dismiss this woman with that she's an incel. Is it going to be internalized misogyny? I guess that's going to be the cope Anisa goes with. This is internalized misogyny.
She has this way of always sabotaging every single moment before she's about to have a big moment. You know what I mean?
Makes it about her.
Correct. Like, for example, for CC1, she decided, she came to the gym and she was like, oh, our lease is ending and we need to buy a new house right now. Otherwise, I'm going to be homeless. The world's ending. So then Ian had to go and try to buy a new house for her, but then he couldn't because he had to sell his house in San Diego first. Otherwise, he wasn't going to be able to do that. So then they had to...
Okay, I have to sell my house real quick,
Drop
guys.
that tea, queen.
Sell the house in San Diego and buy like their over $1 million house in Seattle.
Like this is what's this is why they don't have any friends, by the way, because every single person around Anisa has to bend over backwards to acquiesce to her every whim and wish. And like that's what Ian's decided to do with his life, is to just be a completely servile, subservient husk of a human that just caters to her every whim and wish, when it's not even what's best for her. Because she's so mentally ill that she doesn't know what's best for her, right? Yeah. This is crazy stuff.
The week or two before CC1, okay? And then for CC2, like before he was supposed to start training for his fight camp, right? But then they didn't come and train. And then she decided that she was going to have her tits removed, like during his fight camp.
I said yeah. While she was in fight camp, she decided to have her breast reduction surgery.
Similar to how she decided to do an $18,000 tattoo in Australia during one of Ian's best friend's weddings.
So hold on. Yeah, I remember by the way, a long time ago, they came out to hang out with me and Hila. And you know, I find it interesting that she always seemed to have always hated me, despite, you know, pretending to be my friend for a long time. But she came over and we were hanging out and she just was like, so I'm getting fake boobs. And I was like, okay, great. Good for you. And And then next thing I know, she had him removed. Yeah. Like less than a year later, I was like, okay, I guess. Why? I guess. What was she saying, that it was uncomfortable or something?
I mean, it probably hurt her back.
I mean,
God's sake, what are you doing?
She told me that
I do that in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, she always blames it on everybody. She blames it on her doctor. She told me personally that she wasn't too sure about it, and then her doctor told her to go too big, and now she's not happy, and she's got to get it taken out. But it's like
the doctor told her to go too big. Not that she was probably pushing bigger. I gotta have the tits of my dream. Yeah, no, it was the surgeon who pushed. Yeah, I'm sure. Just like how it was Ian's idea for her to start OnlyFans. Right.
Out of all the times that you could have done it after.
This is, I hate to say, this is like DSP level narcissism, refusal to take responsibility for anything. It's crazy.
DC1.
So you're saying she did it during training camp?
Yes.
Yes. Before the second fight, also I told him, don't fight Alex Wasabi. Alex Wasabi loves boxing. He put a boxing ring in his backyard.
Yeah.
He moved a pro boxer that was like a really good pro boxer into his house. Yeah. And I'd worked with him before the first event.
Yeah.
I'd work with him before he fought Deji. And I was like, oh, Alex really likes boxing. So don't fight Alex because he loves boxing and you don't like boxing. And so
he's going to be better. He's going to be a lot better.
So happy to talk about him. That's so keto, bro. Listen, bro, you can't win this fight. Don't take this. I'm your coach. I'm advising you. You're gonna lose. Proceeds to take the fight anyway. Okay.
So and then exactly, literally, and then and he trains with a good gym. He trained with this guy Brian Valoria, Julian Chua. So he trained with all these high level guys, and I'm like. Now my brand's at stake because I'm going to be competing with that type of level of guy. I need to have you show out. And he had missed literally between May to November was when she got that done. And so he was supposed to train during November, but he took all of November off because she couldn't come to the gym. But originally
he took the whole month off because
what a fucking pussy.
Because his wife got her tits taken out. And he just couldn't tell her no. He couldn't go, listen, I have a really important fight. The guy I'm fighting is really serious. He's training really hard. Like, if I don't take this seriously, he could hurt me. And, he just couldn't tell her no. He got fucked up real bad in the ring. Alex Wasabi beat the shit out of him. And then he cried afterwards and had permanent brain damage.
Well,
holy.
Anisa's always worried about the brand. Okay, well, if he keeps embarrassing himself
so
by fighting, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Because of the procedure to
Yes.
Oh,
he
wow.
Said, well, this is how you know he doesn't like boxing. Because they said he was going to come into the gym when she couldn't be there. But then when she couldn't come in, he never came in.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was his thing where he
made a comment recently where he's like, when Anisa's not with me, I don't know what to say. And I'm like, dude, crazy. What happened to you? Who are you?
Yeah. She tells him when he's hungry, when he's tired. How's he gonna?
That's sickening. Like, he's no longer even a human being. He's just a puppet. He's just an accessory for Anisa, like her bag or her shoes or her fucking earrings. That's all that Ian is. That's sad.
It's actually really sad, man.
That's why he's definitely in a gimp outfit at home.
That's she had
and
said
by the way, his new video was her idea about.
Absolutely about the concern trolling.
100%.
She had actually, I didn't know this, but she had done the Content Cop. She worked on Content Cop with him back in the day. But she's never apologized for the N-word. Only Ian apologized for that. And if she was the mastermind behind it.
No, that's a great point because
that's what she said.
She wants to.
She was back when the Tana Content Cop was considered, good, and iDUBBBZ had a good reputation. Anisa came out and said she was totally responsible for it. But then when they she said that she was the one who convinced him to do the Tana Content Cop and told him to say the N-word and all of this stuff. And it was none of Ian's idea. She took all the credit for it. But then when it was no longer socially acceptable, Ian was forced to take all the blame and apologize. And Anisa threw him under the bus for it.
I didn't even know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I always got the feeling that she wanted the credit. Like, oh yeah, no, I worked on that. But then it was her idea to go stalk Tana and do the N-word thing. And like you said, Ian's been out there apologizing. And then she's the one accusing me of being like not woke enough or whatever. And it's like, dude, you're the N-word girl. You're N-word girl.
You're the N-word
you know what I mean?
girl.
Like, yeah.
Oh, they're all, yeah, it's so serious.
Yeah, that's who she is. She's a racist.
Someone needs to put an N on her forehead.
Black.
Whoa!
Oh! Bow down to the queen of queens. I love her so much. Put an N on her forehead like neocortex. That's all she's known for. She's the N-word girl.
Let's see here.
So funny.
Is this an abuse fetish? I don't know. Or is he just like really pathetic?
Humiliation fetish.
It's very interesting though. We have so many like points of view now. Yeah. And you know, listen, it sounds, you're saying, yeah, it could be abusive, but at a certain point, it is definitely abusive, it sounds like. But at a certain point, where does he just become like a collaborator? I don't know.
Right.
He's a collaborator.
That's what I felt like too, because some of the times it was him.
And by the way, we'll hear in a bit here how, I'm sorry, we already heard how Sam Hyde, he was scared of his life, right?
Yes.
He's like, so someone, pure amazing tweet here. iDUBBBZ said he felt genuinely afraid for his life and safety because Sam Hyde trolled him, but thought that people sending skulls to Ethan's house was comical.
Yeah. Well, later on, Anissa's going to say she was scared that Sam Hyde was going to come and find her and murder her in real life.
Wow.
That's how rent-free it was. Which it's like, Sam Hyde is a millionaire. Like, he's not going to throw his life away for you, Anissa, you stupid bitch.
Yeah.
And then some of the times it was her, but then some of the times it was actually him, and she was actually the one keeping him like to stay the course. But at the same time, he didn't want to box, and she was the one that wanted him to box. That's what it seemed like.
Yeah, you know, here's a good example. When the whole Froggy Fresh thing happened, right? They were actually at our home because one of our mutual friend, David Benavides, who's a pro boxer, who was fighting that night. And Ian had met David Benavides through one of the YouTube podcast events that we were doing, and at the gym, at the Benavides gym here in Washington. And so Michael and I paid out of our own pocket to get pay-per-view. We invited Ian and Anissa over to watch the fight of David Benavides. And because the Froggy Fresh drama went down, they spent the whole time in my bedroom on Twitter reading all the comments. And it was the craziest thing ever. And that's
just remember, every single time there's a controversy or drama around these guys, they always claim that they're just vibing, they're in their lane, they're touching grass, it doesn't bother them, they're living their best life, they're flourishing. But here are two people who are giving what actually happens, which is even when they're out with friends doing stuff, they still are just eternally online, completely fixated on what's going on, unable to enjoy themselves, and just like socially awkward freaks. Because their entire life is their Twitter feed.
And Ian was like, oh, Tiffany 465 says this. I think that's a great comment. And then Anissa's like, what about this comment? And it was the craziest.
Realize, guys, no matter how little clout, little follower count you have, iDUBBBZ and Anissa take your comments very seriously. And they obsess over each one. So definitely don't leave them comments, guys. That would be real tough for them. To hear that, guys. So
that's like people that stuck up for him and didn't stick up for him. And meanwhile, I'm like, hey Ian, the guy that you just met is fighting in a world championship fight. Let's watch this fight.
Your friend?
But he couldn't even watch the fight because they were so caught up in like the Twitter comments.
Yeah.
What was it that happened? Did he drop his video? Or I remember Froggy made this comment about how he would, if he lost, he'd subscribe to her OnlyFans.
Yeah. It was really because Froggy worked with Sam. And once Froggy worked with Sam, Ian was super offended.
Yeah.
And so Ian was really, really offended by that.
Harley worked with Sam.
I know.
Dude, and those videos were funny. Those videos were hilarious.
I think they let Harley go. Because, you know, like, he's so cool and they don't want to, like, take him off the card. You know what I mean?
Well, I think he kind of did it beforehand, too.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, they kind of were, like, not cool with it.
Was that what happened? You did it before?
Well, he never told me that I couldn't work with Sam. I just, as a person that spoke with Sam and spoke with Ian, I noticed that they had bad vibes between the two of them.
Yeah.
So for Creator Clash 2, I just opted to not work with Sam because then he got it. He understood that they had this whole beef thing. And then Froggy, he had gone and worked with Sam. And then there was an issue.
They put everybody involved with them in such awkward and shitty situations.
Yeah.
That because they're butthurt and offended that Sam punked out Ian, or God only knows, right? That it's like, oh well, you can't be involved with him, and they're these guys now have to decide, well, which relationship do I prioritize? What do I do? All because iDUBBBZ and ANISA can't just take an L and can't just let people fucking live on the card.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Froggy, I don't want to speak for him, but I believe he felt that they were overstepping their boundaries of who he could work with or not work with. I didn't know that the whole thing was because of Sam until Ian unveiled it months later. I thought it was because Froggy made a joke about ANISA, and then they doubled back on that.
I thought it was insane.
I'll be real. I mean, it was obvious to anybody with fucking eyes and ears that it was because of Sam. And Harley is just ashamed of his role in sweeping for it, and that's why he's saying this shit. But the streets remember, Harley. The streets remember your broomstick furiously sweeping for the Jamhas. But at least you're here now for the final felt down and the snakening. So I guess we're just gonna look the other way.
Yeah, and also it was because of the tweets that Froggy Fresh made. It was both.
He actually just admitted that blatantly. He's like, oh, he got kicked because he was training with Sam. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Why did you even admit that?
Yeah, they tried to use the video as kind of the last straw. And I mean, keep in mind, they would come to me sometimes and say things, and I'm not involved with that type of world. So they're like, yeah, this guy said if he loses, that he's going to have to subscribe to ANISA's OnlyFans, and he's so disrespectful.
You could tell how tired she was. You could see in her face the flashback. She's like, oh man, was that tiresome? She's like, Sam, who? Froggy, what? Kina, what? Like, what?
You could tell they're so relieved they could say this, eh?
Kiwi, huh? Like, like straight up, they're like, what the f are you talking about? Like, we go to the gym, like what the f?
And I'm like, well, it's your event. Fuck, if you don't feel like you want somebody on your event, then don't have them on your.
Froggy Fresh, if I lose this, I'll have to sub to ANISA's OnlyFans.
It's a punishment. Yeah, it's a punishment no one deserves.
Event. And then, truthfully, it ended up causing way more drama than it should have, and he brought way more attention to it than he should have. So it's like, if I would have been in the know, I probably would have said, man, just ignore it, let it be. Yeah. But at the same time, like I said, like, Ian would never say my name. At least when Sam would make videos about me, he might have been talking shit, but they were pretty funny.
That's
and
funny.
He'd be like, Michael Briggs did this.
So Sam Hyde did more to promote you.
Yeah,
literally.
Sam Hyde did more to promote Ian's boxing coach than Ian did. Ooh, it's insane. All right.
I did that video, and I saw that there was like 11,000 views, and I was like, "Look, babe, my content's finally out. My filming is out."
He had videos that were like talking shit about me, but they had like 100,000 views. So we were like, "That's more than Ian's ever done for me."
That's crazy.
And also,
the first Creator Clash.
This is an annihilation.
Oh yeah, pillar to post.
The first Creator Clash, Sam had a major presence there, even though he physically wasn't there. I did see a lot of shirts, a bunch of Sam Hyde, and something that has that type of what's it called? Like it's
an allure.
Hard to get people to move. Yeah, and people were there. They were wearing his T-shirt and stuff like that. And I had a lot of people that watched Sam and watched the documentary that watched Creator Clash. But I guess it was like picking and choosing who could be a part of the event.
Right.
Yeah. That whole thing was so stupid.
They brought more attention to it, not letting him be there, than they would have if he would have just been there. Like so.
It was the craziest thing because ANISA said to me, she's like, Kate, you don't understand. Ian and I both believe that Sam Hyde would really come and find me and would actually murder me.
Okay.
So that's the reason why we have to take all these precautions.
That's actually delusional insanity. Sam Hyde's gonna find us. It's like, you do know, like, your address is like, if Sam really wanted to, or any, like, what are you talking about?
That's
like, oh, he's gonna track us down. Oh. But it's never gonna happen because the guy has way too much to lose to waste his life on you. But that's ANISA's like insane entitlement and delusions of grandeur. She thinks that she's so special that some guy's gonna ruin his life, like, to kill. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, are you sure?
Fucking lose everything for ANISA? Like,
I was like, I think the guy's
You
a
really
millionaire.
think she's
I was like, I don't think
main character
Exactly.
syndrome.
he's going to risk his freedom to kill you.
Yeah.
He's
But, okay.
Okay, so Sam is definitely an unpredictable, like high level troll, but I don't believe that he actually okay. I don't think their security was in risk. Why would he kill him?
Well, Creator Clash 1, he bought a ton of seats. He bought like a table right next to the ring that was like over $10,000
Yeah,
or something.
what do
he
you
had all
think
his
about
guys
that,
there.
Harley? Do you think Ian was right to cancel that? Or
I've always been at a place where there are so many decisions I would have done differently, but I've always acknowledged, okay, this is your event, do whatever. When Froggy got kicked off the card, I remember calling to be like, yo, so this is so much drama unfolding. And he was like, oh yeah, I just told Froggy he's not on the card. And I was like, oh, that's gonna not go over well.
Yeah.
And I still understood his logic.
He out
not
the broomstick for it and defended it so hard. It was crazy. In every Twitter section that there was, every Twitter thread he was there.
On
YouTube comment sections and everywhere he would come in to say his piece.
the Sam thing, I thought it was for insulting his wife. So I understood. I'm like, yeah, back your wife, sure. But I was still like, people are gonna feel away 100%. You know, they really, and now that I know that there were so many other people working at Creator Clash other than them, if I were their partners, I would have been like, who cares? Let that guy come here. Who cares about any of that? Let him fight. It's a YouTube boxing event. You know, let it all happen.
Yeah.
I mean, if he was really
there was
worried,
a lot of gatekeeping.
Right.
Gatekeeping this event, that's the less gatekeeping there is, the more successful it could be for charity.
Right.
Correct.
And also, like, that guy would have promoted it too. So,
and at that time, we were under the impression that it was still for a charity, right? So I thought to myself, well, why are you going to refund $10,000 that could have gone to charity? But now we all know the truth. It didn't go to charity.
And the event lost money, so it's not a good
never went.
that was for the first one.
Yeah.
that was for the first one. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and that was the thing, is they could be like, it was just 10,000, we raised 1.3 million, which, once again, I was always telling Ian, I would always say, be proud of your work. Be proud of your work. And so, for example, when he came onto your show for the second Creator Clash, we weren't with him for that event, for that interview. So he goes on the show and he tells you that he's been boxing for 2 years now and all these other things, when in reality, he took freaking 6 months off to make a show with that Dax kid.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why wouldn't you go on to your show and promote what he was doing?
Right.
Instead, he didn't promote what he was doing. He pretended like he was boxing the whole time. And for me, I'm like, I'm your boxing coach, and I can tell you never once showed up in 6 months. So now it's going to make me look worse if you tell people you're on year 2 of boxing, but you took 6 months off.
You work with Dax Flame, who, by the way, is already like fucking left him on red.
Oh yeah, no, he doesn't respond to the Jamhas anymore because he's got better things to do, like everyone else on the planet.
Yeah, and they admitted this, by the way, on their podcast that no one watches.
Can you guys spend a lot of time with them? Is there any other creators they specifically didn't like or that they were talking about?
I have to tell you guys about how, like,
man, oh, here we go. All right, simple.
Oh, Stephen Graham. Oh man, he pissed her off. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me pull up he's the finance guy, right? Yep. Oh, he bought in the first one, right?
He was shitting on the.
Super nice.
So wait, what did he? Yeah, he just seems like a pretty like. Wait, what?
He's a great person.
This is a different Stephen Graham, right? Like.
No, I thought it was Graham Stephan.
Yeah, that's the guy from the Irish.
Yeah, Graham Stephan.
Graham Stephan. Okay,
so
I was like,
happy
it kind of
seeing
looks
them
like
get
him.
fucked.
What's up, you guys?
Wait,
oh man,
he didn't like Graham. Wait, after Graham had them on or had Ian on his show, I think I know why.
Why?
Because they wouldn't let Anissa be on the podcast. Right?
Yeah, that's what it is. Anissa jealous that Ian got a spotlight once again.
Yeah. We know this guy. He's the finance guy.
Yeah.
Very nice guy.
Very nice. And like,
so what happened? How did he piss off Anissa?
So he owns properties. No, I'm just well, that was kind of it. But when they did his show, because we went to Vegas to promote the event, and when he went to do his podcast, he didn't have a chair for her. So she was.
I missed this part, but I knew.
Stop. That's ridiculous, bro. Are you kidding?
Oh, but the boxer is Ian.
Super offended by that. She was so pissed.
Jewish.
Yeah.
Did he not get her a chair? Is Gracie by chance Jewish?
I don't know.
Spoiler alert, he is.
Oh no!
Stefan, good question. Good question. Yeah.
You're obviously Jewish.
Well, she might have thought so. If you hear.
Yeah, she might have thought so. She was so pissed because he had her. She was complaining about it, and he had a chair for Ian, but not one for her. So she had to sit in the back, far away, and she wasn't in frame. And so she thought that was so offensive that he would, like do a podcast with Ian and not.
Wait, let me pull that up.
She's chairless.
I'm gonna see.
Graham's producer is actually a fan of our show. He's invited me and Lean out to dinner when we were in Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah. Graham was great. Graham was super nice.
He's
like
nice
Michael
kid.
Reeves was great. Graham was great. Like I tried to help Graham a lot.
So, I'm trying to pull it up. Wait, this is not. I want to see their interview. The iced coffee hour, is that what it's called?
Yep.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Iced coffee hour. I'm just curious what the set situation was like. Oh, look at his dumb ass all beat up.
Yeah, no room for her.
Look at his dumb ass.
He's so petty, bro.
He hates him.
The pettiness is on point. It's the best part.
It's the best
It really
part.
is.
Yeah.
Warriors out there, welcome back to another episode of the Iced Coffee Hour podcast featuring Graham, Stefan, and Jack
he's
Harlow.
so boring.
We are now up to 136.
I'll say this. He looks a lot better there than he does now.
Yeah, he does.
Like, look in his eyes. There's still some sort of a spirit in there somewhere.
$1,000.83.
Nice.
That's a good guess.
Is it
Great guess.
even?
Yeah.
198,000.
So let me just kind of
heard him.
So they have a limited space. It seems like they have like a very specific.
I would feel
set.
terrible.
That's not why they didn't have Anissa.
Why would Anissa be a part of it?
Yeah.
Who gives a shit about Anissa? Nobody gives a shit about Anissa. Anissa is worthless.
Yeah, it's like
even
I'm a professional podcaster, so I can look at this and I can say what happened, right?
This is not what podcasts are.
Okay. Listen, I've got credentials. You have no credentials. Where does he get off saying that?
You've chosen essentially the Keemstar.
Can they hear that?
All right, let's get to
Ian was like the
next
content
portion.
cop guy back then, and she was there, and there was kind of a narrative about how she was like just kind of a clout demon, and I was like, do you want to sit in with us? And then Ian actually was like, no, she's not going to be in it. Like he asserted himself. And I was like, wow, that seems like he's pretty guarded about putting her on camera because, and it seemed to me that she was disappointed and he was trying to protect himself and his image. But obviously a lot has changed since then.
Right. Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
She told me that the reason why they moved away from LA was because she had all these friends that wanted to use Ian and just take from him.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
She's so doing
that's isolation. That's isolating your target, getting him away from family and friends. Usually you hear about it where it's a man doing this to a woman, where, like how Darkside Phil moved Panda Lee halfway across the country away from her family and her friends and her support system so he could brainwash her. But it's the exact opposite. Anissa did this to Ian.
Well, I would say like a lot of females do this. It's another textbook definition of narcissistic personality disorder. And what women will do is go like, your mom's always wrong about that. She's trying to use you and then make you like mad at your family, and then you're isolating. And yeah, exactly.
Facebook isolating him.
Yeah, she's isolating him. And literally, besides me and Michael in the gym, he doesn't have any friends.
Wait, this is actually really sad.
He has no friends as well. It's ridiculous.
That's why I would feel bad for him.
Yeah.
That's why I felt bad all the time. I'm like, man, it's just sad.
Yeah.
And Graham Stephan's a Jew.
He is?
What?
Yeah, I asked ChatGPT.
There it is. I knew it.
You know what's sad is because they speak poorly about Dad, Nathan Barnett all the time.
Really?
Yeah, they do. They just say he's a weirdo.
He's one of their most adamant defenders. And he's still going down with the creator class ship. But they talk behind his, and this isn't the first person that said, Froggy Fresh said this as well. So it's confirmed. They just talk horrible amounts of shit about one of their biggest supporters and fighters.
He still sweeps for them.
And he still sweeps. Well, we got Mad Rad for 5 subs.
Big support.
And he says crazy stuff.
Yeah, but are they lying?
But they.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
I love that.
Yeah,
I'm go joking around.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean, well, he's a strange guy, but that didn't sound like they said it in a good way.
It's sad because you know why? I see all the heart that Nathan puts into the creator clash. I see, how much he cares about Ian and Nisa. And so for Ian and Nisa to throw those kind of comments around when we're about to go meet, Dad, it's just like, it's sad because
they're like, listen, he's weird. When you meet him, he's going to be a bit weird.
Yeah. See, I don't even like the guy. I think he's a fucking creep and a weirdo myself, but there's no denying that he's really passionate about the boxing and he really put his heart and soul into Creator Clash. And he had one of the best fights on the show. Like, he's one of the best performers they had. And that's how they treat him. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
See him and then his eyes light up. He's so happy that it's Ian and Nisa. But but they talk so much shit about him all the time.
I had a little tiff with Dad, but everything's all good. Water under the bridge. But he seems like a very sweet, interesting,
yes,
guy. But definitely passionate about boxing and putting on a great show for them. I mean, from Creator Clash 1, his fight with Matt was the one that everyone was talking about. Joe Rogan watched it. You know what I mean?
Yes. And she was upset.
Why does it lie?
All the credit.
Yeah.
So they used to call him a weirdo.
Yeah, but he literally had some of the most viral moments of both shows.
He did.
So, but another person that I know they didn't like the William Haynes, was it?
Oh yeah, the one that fought on 62.
Yeah. Well, they didn't like his post-fight speech.
Yeah.
And a lot of us thought it was hilarious.
He said the ANISA word.
Post-fight.
Which guy? What's his name?
Was it
Black
William?
guy's like, I'm here for bitches and for ass kicking, and I'm all out of bubble gum. Like, he f***ed up the whole phrase. And they're like, that was offensive. They're like, that was offensive.
William Haynes, right?
From SourceFed. He said the
Jewish?
N-word at the end.
No, I don't know.
If he wants.
So okay, hold on.
He's a really nice guy. I love Will.
Yeah, he was hilarious.
Yeah.
So
Is
that's
this
what I'm
him? This
saying.
guy seems like older. This guy was born in
no,
900.
he's black.
1900. Oh, not him. Okay.
No,
Our Willings is,
This guy's been dead apparently.
This guy's like, he's in 1900s. This guy, yeah.
Bar and life.
Will used to be in some of Casey's old videos.
Hang on.
Their age, my friend, for sure.
They were on a show
Shout out.
together. This is
Okay.
I'm sorry, but what a dynamic
That's what I
banter.
learned. You should not have to.
Watch
give
how
a
they
speech.
edited this guy.
After fighting for your life.
I would pay very good money to be in that booth while that's happening the first time.
Yeah.
What just happened?
I think it's AI.
Here's the
AI.
speech.
AI
I
trimming,
would be very good.
Time for me in.
So here it is. Okay.
Here it is.
It's like cut to William Haynes, and he's gonna say something nice.
And we're out.
All you mean so much to me. I can't do none of this without the lion and
Oh, he says the lion hose. So he say all the hose means so much to me. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's doing a gag.
What does he say? What does he say? What does he say?
I came here to take ass and bring names, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
Cut to the line.
No.
And that's why they were mad.
Oh, man.
And that's what I
So
learned.
he said, I want to thank all the hoes tonight. I'd be nowhere without you. And then what did they, because that seems like obviously It's a gag, right? But also this is a boxing event, and also you're the N-word guy and girl. You guys are the N-word couple.
Right.
So like, I mean, just a little hoe joke.
Yeah.
So what did they say about the speech?
Oh, they were super offended by it, and they were like, "Oh, I can't believe you did that." Like there was a lot of stuff that it was just kind of in passing. Like I wasn't ever really taking notes on all the people.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it was just kind of, there was so much. Plus, there was, I mean, a lot happened in those 2 years, and it was a lot of it. Like I thought there was going to be a damn documentary on.
I love his implication. He's like, listen, there was a lot, but I didn't take notes. Like of people that iDUBBBZ hated behind the scenes.
So I thought a lot of this stuff would have came out, but it never did. So
there was a moment where I thought she was going to get upset with AB, like during the, I believe, second creator clash, because she came to the gym one day, and I don't know if this rings a bell, but because I don't know the YouTube world, right? But she says somewhere along the lines of like, there was like an AI sexual thing or a video that was done. And I guess like AB either shared it or like knew about it.
There's no way that's true, AB, right?
And that,
he's like, what?
Yeah. And then she was like, oh, I find that so offensive. Like, I'm going to have to talk to him. And then
I think she's referring to the cutie Cinderella thing.
You didn't do anything?
Yeah.
Is that, was that the bridge too far for her?
Yeah, I guess. She brought it to the gym.
But what does that have to do with AB? Yeah, it has nothing to do with AB. You're going to have to talk to AB about something I did.
Sometimes you just take an opportunity.
This is for Ian's career and reputation.
Yes.
Give me a sec here, guys, just to enjoy the moment.
Let him enjoy it. Let's all enjoy it.
Let's go, everyone.
Burn it down. It's on fire. Careers are finished.
Have you ever seen such a flawless victory in your life?
It really is.
Chestnuts roasting. Jack Frost. Frosting. I don't know what's the word.
Oh, he's loving this, bro.
He really is. He's so
Thank you,
happy.
Zach. Thank you to enough.
Oh man.
By the way, for the record, a lot of people don't know why a lot of us were laughing in that moment. It wasn't actually the chestnuts moment. It was just the way that it played out.
But you know
it was
what?
Awkward. It was coarse.
What's amazing though is the best felt is still to come. The felt that really is gonna fuck iDUBBBZ and ANISA with all of their progressive leftist buddies is still to come.
Oh yeah.
Because they saved the best for last and they didn't even know, but it's coming.
Strap in. This is insane.
And Kate, I'm not done, because Kate, I wanted to ask you brought up when we were chatting a bit before the show, I brought up your working on some really interesting activism where you were this is not interesting, it's really shocking and sad that you yourself were a child bride.
Yes. So I'm a child bride survivor, and at the age of
have you a child bride survivor? That's crazy.
No, I've never heard of that until now.
Me either.
But you know who did hear about it was iDUBBBZ and ANISA. And they didn't do anything to help.
Guys, this is a dark story.
At 12, I was put into a child marriage from the time I was 12 until 23. Within my child marriage, I had 2 kids when I was 15 and 17. And this happened in America.
That's sad.
Okay. And Ian and Nisa are well aware of my story because I've had them at my home. They've seen my kids and everything. And so last year, right, 2024, I learned that there was a House bill in Washington State trying to pass House Bill 1455 to end child marriage. And so when I learned of this bill, I thought to myself, even though it had been 15 years since
you heard that right. Washington State still allows child marriage.
Yes. And they allow like an old man, 40, 50, there's no age limit, to marry kids that could be 10, 12 years old and have sex with them. Like, and apparently it's legal.
And then she hears, oh, this bill is being passed or about to be passed, hopefully.
To stop it. And so let's have a look here.
I escaped my prison like, this is a chance for me to come forward and tell my story. I sent, so Michael and I went to Olympia in Washington. We met with politicians. We lobbied to support the bill. I gave my public testimony to support the bill. And
unlike the Jamhas that are slacktivists that have never actually done any real activism, these guys actually went out, lobbied politicians, spoke to them. She told her story and all of that. Okay.
Amazing work by these two. You know what I mean?
I was on Seattle Times and television and everything. And I reached out to Ian and ANISA and I asked them if they could help, share the information, because it was really important to me that this bill passed. And they just both left me on red. But guess what?
Wow.
I'm actually a little like teary-eyed. That's brutal.
They're such progressive superheroes. They're so liberal and empathetic and loving. But when they have an opportunity to signal boost real activists who they've known in real life, they've been over to their home, they've seen their kids, right? They've had Thanksgiving dinner with them. This is Ian's boxing coach. And all they ask for, after Ian and ANISA, by the way, have stiffed them $5,000 in bonus pay that they just never got, they ask, hey, could you signal boost this to your all it would have taken is a tweet. And we know Ian and ANISA spend a lot of time on Twitter. ANISA's always on Twitter posting what she eats, what she's doing at the gym, whatever. ANISA couldn't take 10 seconds out of her day of what she's doing anyway to promote this cause.
Bro, this is actually genuinely making me really sad. And it's honestly, I would say out of everything that they've exposed, this is the lowest.
Turn it around on them. I mean, their silence on this issue means something.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? It means, I guess, they're okay with this going on. They had an opportunity to do something and they didn't. Their silence means something.
Well, it's beyond. It's like all you have to do is signal boost this. They didn't ask you for money. They didn't ask you for anything.
They didn't ask you to fly out to the government building, the state legislature, and testify before the committees. They didn't ask for that. All they asked was for you to tweet this out, and you wouldn't do it.
Both of you, and you both left her on red. They could see that, right?
When they saw the highlights on Ian's story that we were going to be on,
the biggest part out of every story, everyone talking about.
And that's why I think Hassan's not going to defend them. Yeah. I don't think any of that leftist crowd is going to touch them with a 40-foot pole if this is what the narrative is about.
ANISA was texting me and Michael, and they're like,
they ignored us when we were trying to fight child marriage, but then when they found out
are they pro child marriage?
Oh
yeah.
It's funny. They see their last message from 6 months ago. Hey, may you help us fight child marriage? Red. But then the first text that I heard you're heading on H3. Huh.
That's why it makes one. Begs the question. Wait, so how? And if you're uncomfortable talking about this, refrain. But it sounds. How did you get married at 12?
So basically, in Washington State, there's no law to prevent parents from marrying their children. So as long as there's a parental consent, then the judge on it and it happens, it could just marry a child at the age of 2.
What?
Yes, and also I want to imply that I also want to let you guys know that last year, after Michael and I worked so hard in Olympia in Washington to pass the bill was passed in March of last year.
Oh, hold on.
Wow, that's amazing. That's beautiful.
And the bill was signed by the governor at the end of March.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it became a law June 6th.
That's amazing. Is that a state bill?
Yeah, and then I also came out to California as well to support the bill in February of last year. But because of the politicians and they're more focused on their sponsors and not ending child marriage to protect children like me and survivors like me, the bill in California was actually trashed. The day before I was supposed to go down.
Are you saying in California you can get married at any age?
What the?
I know, but iDUBBBZ and ANISA wouldn't do anything to stop this travesty, even though they were aware of it the whole time.
Why would they trash the bill?
Parental consent.
Yeah. So
I did not know that. I did not know that.
We were
that
trying
sounds
to.
Like one of those laws that was made in
hundreds of years ago, and it's still on the books today.
Just spitting in a park on a Thursday is illegal or something, something like that.
California too, and it looked like it was going pretty far, but then they pulled it back because, like she said, if one of their sponsors is against it, then they'll take the bill out.
Yeah,
who's against that? Who the is against that?
So Planned Parenthood is actually a huge
Planned Parenthood.
is hugely against ending the passing the bill.
Well, it was very complicated. So Planned Parenthood in Washington was for the bill. Planned Parenthood in California, they were scared to pass the bill because they were afraid if they made child marriage 18, then it would lead to contraceptives having to be at 18. But part of our argument was like contraceptives and those types of things are not those are time sensitive. Marriage is not time sensitive. So if some girl needed something for medical help or they needed access to abortion or they need access to birth control, that is time sensitive. But the marrying somebody is not time sensitive. So we didn't feel like it was going to affect it at all, but they were afraid. And there's actually literally the state Supreme Court said it can't be affected by that, but they were so worried that those things could lead to a path of that, like of you'll need to be 18 to get abortion or all these other things. So Planned Parenthood was against it. So we had to like really push against like, hey, like marriage and abortions are completely separate. You know, we're not trying to take away like a woman's right to choose. We just don't want people to marry off their
playing. It's about doing the actual chair.
And also the thing is, if there's a
we don't have a ton to add to this part, to be honest with you.
So yeah, I'll let it play.
But it is, just let it play.
Child bride, right? And she gets into a marriage and she's being abused, right? Which most case happens, right? They get abused.
Because if you have sex with a 12-year-old, it's still a child.
But if you have a marriage license, it's okay.
Yeah.
No.
So it's statutory.
So if you get married, as a 12-year-old, he can have sex with you
as much as he wants. It's not.
Yes.
It's no longer. So that's the loophole to statutory.
That's a loophole to pedophilia.
Yes, literally.
Yes.
Yeah, literally.
What?
Yeah, and so
that's crazy.
Yeah, one of the people
that's disturbing. Really disturbing. It's crazy that they're in favor of that.
Yeah, that's why I can't believe that ANISA wouldn't even like respond to me about it when we have been nothing but supporting to them. So that's when I was just like, you know what? This is actually a situation where I really needed their platform to like help spread the word that I want to help end child marriage. I'm coming forward with my story. I'm sharing it for the first time on public television. I'm testifying to support the bill publicly.
That sounds really important.
Hard,
Very brave.
And they just put me on red.
Yeah,
I'm blown away. I'm frankly blown away that this is happening.
Yeah, and I'm going to be back in California again next year when the bill goes back down to
we'll go back to Sacramento.
So I'll let you guys know, my journey.
Absolutely, please
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you.
So how does that happen? How do you like? What's the arrangement like? Like your parents agreed for you to marry?
Is there anything like that you want to add?
I don't know. Like, do we continue for her to tell her story about this, or should we go to Phil? Shit on Phil for the last hour.
Yeah, folks. I mean, this is pretty much right. Okay, everyone. Well, we did it. We finished it. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. It's a very sad story. If any of you do want to have a look at it on your own time, she goes into great detail about how this happened to her. But ultimately, it's just disgusting that the JOM has said nothing, and they say silence equals violence. Silence equals consent. That's the way that they view the world. That's their set of rules. And I think they should be held accountable to them. Ultimately, I think this is really, really devastating for Ian and ANISA. They've never had anybody come out and just confirm how twisted and weird their entire dynamic is, how like insane ANISA is, and how crazy it is that Ian allows her to dictate every single aspect of his life, including when he's tired, when he's hungry, what he does. Like it's absolutely wild stuff. And then you tie it all in with the fact they've burned everybody around them, stiffed these people on payments. They completely screwed over Creator Clash multiple times now. The fighters involved, everybody involved. And I really don't see how they recover from this.
Yeah.
One of two things is going to happen. Either one, and this is what I think's most likely to happen and should happen, they log off the internet entirely for a number of months and try and crawl their way back in towards the end of the year or next year. Or two, the much stupider but more keno option, they go on the offensive. They try and sue this couple. They try and sue Ethan Klein. They, put out a hit piece against her. They weaponize her trauma against her to say she's insane. They're making all of this stuff up. If they go that second route, I think that it's just gonna be such a devastating blowout for them that by the end they will have no choice whatsoever but to completely give up. And they really ought to give up at this point now. But who knows? Who knows?
They've done crazier things, bro.
ANISA is probably losing her mind right now in anger, just pounding the fucking walls and demanding that Ian immediately go on the attack. So we'll have to see what happens, but it was amazing to see them get destroyed.
It was amazing. Wow. Thank you guys on Clip Channel. Hit like if you enjoyed the video there. Guys, did it. I thought we wouldn't get through it, but we did.
I was really worried that we weren't.